love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys. For socialism and femboys.
For socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
The diversity that the characters need to have needs to reflect the gaming world now. The mix of people that are playing these games, you know, it's not, you know, 13-year-old white boys held up in their basements. It's a very diverse crowd, you know.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
What's this? What's this? It's the jacket.
The jacket.
The jacket.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
On guard.
Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis!
Double zeros, baby!
Drink it in. Drink it in. I tell you what. Do you want to give him a? You want to give him a little special one right off the bat?
The gun is good. The gun is good. The penis is evil.
Penis is not evil.
Incorrect.
How we doing, everybody? All right, you see the question there. Let's get on it. Favorite horror movie of all time? It's Halloween season. But we already got a little bit of juice flowing in the chat. You want to pour that juice there, Crazymouse?
Gin and juice by Disco.
Yar, dog. He's giving us our traditional welcome, a little bienvenue. Yar, dog, brothers and sword sisters, says Disco Barbarian. Ready for another evening of good-natured roughhousing and gatekeeping. I'll start with whooping my mythical meats out. Whipping my mythical meats out. Don't be doing that unless, well, if you're in the comfort of your own living room.
Do what you please.
I suppose so. Thank you so much, Disco.
Thank you, Disco. Dancing already.
Damn.
My favorite horror movie of all time is a commercial. The one where the girl's like, let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that is a good commercial. I mean, it must be good. They've run it for like 5 years.
Running car.
Yeah, I mean, they've had that thing going for like 5 years.
I love when the killer just rolls his eyes standing in the back.
Yeah, it's going to be too easy. Patrick Demo has a banger. Yep, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yep, Francis Ford Coppola. Evil Dead. Yep, Dawn of the Dead. Whoops.
We have a hi from New Zealand.
Ringu.
Brian.
Oh, hello, Brian. Good day, mate.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah, Evil Dead 3. Let's see, Dawn of the Dead in 78. Jaws. Yeah, good choice. I'll give you mine in a moment here, and then we'll find Rogan's. Crazymouse, you're not much of a horror movie fan.
Not.
Yeah, he does not.
I do not like.
He gets nightmares from him pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah.
I went with Stern to a scary movie, and I didn't like it. I was shucking and jiving in my bed like.
You had dreams of Wookiees tearing your arms off.
No, tearing Stern's arms off.
Oh yeah,
at a playground.
Yep. Ooh, couple for Event Horizon. Yeah, it's been a couple years since I've seen Event Horizon.
Creature from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, classic. Cal, I love it. Yeah, I love. I'm a huge fan of all the old Hammer horror movies.
We just got one of those. Travis Pop.
Yep, any old have Travis. Yep, good taste, brother. Good taste. Double D's favorite scary movie is Showgirls. Maybe.
That's a girl from
maybe Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah,
right?
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
That killed her career.
Jesse Spano.
Yeah. I would have to say, honestly, my favorite horror movie is probably Alien, the original. Yep. I know it's sci-fi too, but it's firmly a horror movie.
Jeff Hatch says, "Hola" from Arkansas. His favorite is Phantasm.
Ooh, yeah, Phantasm. Rogan, do you have one?
You know what? I was thinking heavily on this. I am not much of a horror person myself, but it was hit, and the two nails were hit today. Your Alien and Event Horizon. In fact, I saw that last week after having a talk with my oldest daughter. So it's a tie.
Were those two connected, or
no? We actually, she does a cool thing with all of her friends. They do this bracket thing about horror movies, and they have themes.
Mm-hmm.
So they go through, and each of them do like compare to, or whatever the best compare to, to this bracket, to whoever the best one is, which I found fascinating.
Okay,
but
nice.
It's like October Madness.
I would. Oh God, I'm gonna give it to Event Horizon because
Event Horizon.
It was a good.
It's another sci-fi one too.
Yes.
Sorry, just a little.
Laren Janko says The Thing.
Oh yeah, hard to beat that one too.
Oh yes.
Again, another kind of sci-fi and horror. It's like chocolate and peanut butter. Edgelord, $2. Dawn of the Dead and Suspiria. Dario Argento rules. Yeah. We got to Dario Argento's band, or no wait, it wasn't his band. What's the band Goblin? They came to our local horror fest last year. That was really cool. I think they do a lot of like music for like all those old movies. That was a really cool little concert. Yeah, I was so surprised that someone like that came.
Zolt loves that stuff. Stern loves that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Faux shizzle, as they say. Cal says Alien is great. He knows how to stay on. Goblin is Simonetti. Yeah. Boy, it was they just got up there and just started playing, and then they had like kind of like scenes in the background for the movies. Good to see it, Patrick. Does any Matt Colville video count? Double zeros, baby. Maybe.
On guard.
On guard.
All right, so let's go. We'll give him a little. Well, first let me take that question down. Maybe we'll come back with another one in a little bit. I got a couple. All right. Well, guys, Wizards of the Coast is at it again.
Oh boy, what'd they do now?
No.
It's not so much, it doesn't affect the gaming side, but It is sort of tied in. This is going to be a novel.
Ravenloft.
Now, when you think Ravenloft, you think Strahd von Zarovich, Gothic horror.
The Vazanti.
The gypsies.
Zolt runs that, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. It's Zolt's favorite campaign setting. You don't often think furries, do you?
I haven't.
Yeah, not until today.
Yeah, this is how they're trying to sell The Heir of Strahd, which is a book soon to be released by Delilah S. Dawson. Now, bear in mind, this is not an official role-playing product, but it very well could be, as we know from the art that we've seen in the Player's Handbook, DM's Guide that they've released so far. Nixit, my sis and older cousin, decided to watch The Exorcist while babysitting. Oh my God.
How old were you?
Yeah. Oh my Lord. One of the scariest movies ever. To me, I understand it's a good technical movie, but it almost doesn't count to me because it's too scary. It was like too scary growing up. So I've sort of I watched it once or twice and I'm like, I don't need to see this again. There was an old HBO movie called The Sentinel that I would see in the HBO guide. And it would scare the shit out of me as like an 8-year-old. I'd be like, I'm never watching this movie. And I remember mom and dad would go out to eat on Saturday night, and this is back in the 70s, 80s. They're like, you'll be fine, sonny. So I'm like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I was, for the most part. But I would be scared shitless, even if that was on HBO, and I'd be like flipping the channels, and I'd have to go buy HBO, and then of course you're 11 years old, so you're watching. Curiosity gets the best of you, so you're watching 5 minutes, and then scary shit happens. You're like, oh my God, no. $2, Frank Dazzlebeef. Gee, they ripped off sparkly vampires from the Goon. Yeah, they did. Drink it in, guys.
Doc Flamingo, Defender.
Doc Flamingo, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Look at that. You got the blonde 20-something, just girly girl.
Trans.
Yeah, could very well be a troon, yep. And then you definitely have a troon here in the front, because I don't know what the hell, yeah, that is. Yeah, what is that? And then there's like the tiefling right behind him, the blue.
Looks like it.
That looks like Beast from
X-Men
with horn.
Well,
like Hellboy.
Yeah. I mean, they're leaning into that. But once again, like just poor art because it's just so muddled.
Yeah, what's up with the person on? I don't want to say lady. Person with the blonde on the left-hand side, and then the dude on the right-hand side. They both got their hands up in here like they're doing a pirouette or something, about to do a dance move.
Yeah, the dude on the left is like...
Is she on a horse or is she like half human, half like...
I see a foot and a leg down there.
Animal.
All right, hold on one second. I'm going to... All right, so I need control here.
You got it.
All right, let me blow this up. Let's do some forensics on this. There we go. Now
she's on an owl. Okay.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
No, she's not on an owl. That's another creature.
It's a raven person, right? Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
No, I see a leg down there. Whoops, where'd it go? Oh.
And again, it's like it's so confused. It's like, all right, if she's...
Everyone's saying Cold War says she's an alchemist, but like, so she's standing and that thing's a part of their party.
I'm just looking at the dude up front, and he's all... That's pretty poor anatomy right there. He's all twisty and...
He looks like Stern's character, the Maestro.
Yeah, it's like he's like got like a sunken chest or something.
I'm picturing him doing jazz hands before a fight. Roll initiative.
It is kind of weird because if you follow the line of his body, like look at his belt and take an imaginary line up to his chin, it kind of looks like he's like leaning back maybe, which is a really like awkward pose.
His waist waist up, he's in a bit of a turn, but like his waist down is like
straight
right at you. You know, there should be a little bit, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, he's like standing like a stick, so it's got to be an unbalanced pose.
Or maybe he's doing a dance move too. Let's see his feet.
Yeah.
Happy feet.
It's like Lord of the Dance type stuff.
This is
Michael Flatley.
Yeah.
This is a Ravenloft novel, right?
Yeah.
And this is what they represent. I mean, when you go back and I get to see it, you know, they have Strahd back there shouting that. Yay! Congratulations for putting that guy in there. But then we got again a cast of the 2024 Lord of the Dance.
Yep. Someone else is in. We're gonna get to these super chats in just a second. Patrick might have solved our problem.
That's no lie, especially if he's a College of Dance bard. Yeah, a real thing.
Oh, jeez.
And then they have the rocker queen. I think we've showed that picture before, in the player's handbook. The chick who's like a bard who literally looks like a hair metal, like glam metal. Yeah, this is fucked up. Go ahead, set him up. Doc, $5. It's like an alternate reality album cover where Harry Styles fronted Iron Maiden.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Dark Knight of Hibernia. Good to see you here, sir. €2. What the hell is this cover? Holy hell, this is bad. Yeah. Succinctly put, but spot on, as they say. Disco, $2. It's like Friends, but gayer. Thank you, sir. Dark Knight again, for €5. I remember a time when Gothic horror was about humans killing monsters, not people playing monsters. Yeah, the demis don't fit, nor does the human. Yeah, it's an odd like mix. It doesn't work, I think. Even if you were of a mind to like kind of force this in, this is just the wrong sort of venue because Gothic horror is it's such a distinct and unique flavor. It's not going to work.
It's almost like a Dungeons and Dragons doing of
the musical.
Well, yeah, West Side Story. You can see them snapping.
Yeah, the Jets and the Sharks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Larry and Jaco's got one for you, Double D.
Double D. Larry, hello, Larry and Jaco. Good to see you from Brazil. If you think this is bad, research the Orc Smut novels later. Oh boy, you'll see it has a lot of similarities with what D&D is becoming.
Do that.
It's even worth a video on the subject. All right, I'm writing it down. Orc Smut.
Oh, there's a rabbit hole I'm going to fall into.
Gonna blame you if I.
Rogan's calling off work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I called off work one time because I was playing Mahjong all night long.
Mahjong.
That's when I used to work at a credit card company, entering in like numbers and stuff, data entry. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is D&D. I think you guys, based on the numbers, I think I would hope most of you guys saw the video I released yesterday. It's a banger, as they say. Excuse the itchiness here. I'm not picking my nose. I'm itching it.
It's at like
almost 10,000 views in one day.
It's getting up there. It's getting up there.
A little over a day. So that's what we call in the YouTube parlance a solid double.
Damn.
Yep.
Good.
Stroked nice and easy in the gap. You just kind of pull in with the brakes on, stand up, signal to the dugout, do the old surfboard thing. So yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, so I did kind of briefly mention this in there, but we didn't go into detail because I knew I wanted to today for my peeps. Give me my boys. Jeff from Dengar, $5 Canadian. Time to join the torch and pitchfork villagers when they show up. The Tenju is the least annoying of the lot, and I still would KFC him for Strahd. Yeah. I don't know who I'd pick here. The Barovia flash mob. I like that, Joe. Honestly, the least offensive is the owl. It's the most
Fabulous.
honest.
Initiative.
What has the wings in the background? Is that just like a background bat or something?
On the shoulders of the...
Oh, that's okay. That's a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
It has to be a warlock. And
Hold on one second. I need
That looks
control
like
here.
the
I'm
thing
gonna...
next to Jabba.
Oh, it's Salacious Crumb. Yeah. Looks like a chihuahua or something, like with wings, doesn't it? Is that what they were going for here?
Probably going for an imp, but they don't know how to make an angry imp.
Yeah, good. All yours, buddy.
In the words of Les Nessman, that's a chihuahua.
Man, we're gonna make Ravenloft great again.
Murga.
Murga. Thank you, Edgelord. Wow. That is a chihuahua with wings.
So the person up front,
What
looking
the
at it
fuck?
closer, he's a half orc, right? Well, because they're not green anymore, they're gray. And I see like...
Yeah, but is it a he?
Well,
I mean...
It has tusks.
Yeah, I guess it has to be a half orc.
Maybe they're all women.
But they have his pointy ears like an elf.
Yeah, but orcs also have those kind of ears, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Mary Jaco says the elf has more muscles than the orc. So is the elf the one on the end with the dog on his shoulder?
Yeah. Yeah, and that would be isn't that a drow in the back with the chihuahua, the Taco Bell dog on his shoulder? Yeah, because they can't make him black anymore, so they make him like purple with white hair. That's got to be a drow. Yeah, Cold War Tuesday confirms. Guys, this is fucking awful, man.
I got to tell you though, the drow
Hiya,
guy,
Chris.
His face.
Chris Miller figured out the cheat code, man.
He's the only one. The drow is the only guy in character. Look at his face. He's serious. Everyone else is ridiculous.
But it's hard to take him serious. He's got a chihuahua on his shoulder.
Yeah, it is a chihuahua with wings. Yes.
Harem, says
Cal.
Cal. At a boy. Does this scream gothic horror to you?
Maybe they're all dressed up for Halloween.
I like the flash mob comment. Like, that's what they look like. That's a good one.
They're all tricks and no treat.
Oh, good Lord. What more can you say? It's, I don't know. All right, I'm going to show you. Go ahead, get Patrick's there. Thank you, Patrick, for being a channel member. When did we go from classic Hammer horror to Halloween Town High? Yeah, I'm waiting for Watsy to start doing TikToks on Day of Being an Adventurer. Oh, yeah. So I got up this morning and I oiled my sword. Then I went over to Joe's Tavern. Joe's such a nice guy.
He did something wrong, so I canceled him.
Yeah. Ordered my tubers and ale. Doc Flamingo, $2. In all fairness, I am horrified. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. I mean,
Jeff Hatch threw it out there. If anybody's in Arkansas, to hit him up.
Yeah, guys. Yep. Anybody down that way, hit up old Jeff.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. In addition to this, now we don't stray into the video game territory very much, but I thought this was a worthy crossover. There is going to be a new game called Dragon Age Veilguard. Electronic Arts, I think a big, I don't know if it's like BioWare or something, or, they're involved. I thought they were involved in like one of the earlier titles in the line. This is a clip from a AAA video game these days. Are you ready?
Bring it.
I'm nervous.
Here we go.
Pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud. Oh, Ah, shit. They're still holding it. Sorry. What are you doing?
She misgendered somebody.
Is she going to do push-ups?
Is she going to prostate herself now?
Let's watch.
Pulling a barv.
Oh. Okay. A barv?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a barv. There we go.
Where can I get my hands on this game?
This is a joke.
It is not a joke.
Oh.
This is, I think, a legit...
Fortune have Tarsh's back.
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours. Huh. Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Is it
any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barv, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them.
This is like, I don't even know how to describe this.
Yeah, this is, if you bought this video game, you would see this cutscene. Disco, $5. Anyone that plays this game is automatically not allowed at a table I run. I'm with you there. I can almost see Gavin being like, guys, I got this cool new game, Dragon Age Veilguard.
What's it called?
Dragon Age Veilguard.
I'll text him. Dude, you gotta check out.
I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose. They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
What is this?
Oh, okay. Yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barv puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess, they fix it, done.
Oh my God. Dragon Age Inquisition had a female to male trans cringe. Oh boy. Yikes. Thank you for that, Dark Knight of Hibernia.
This whole diatribe about pulling a barv and if apologizing isn't good enough, you're going to do 10 push-ups and put a little sweat, and that proves that it's not about me apologizing. It's about you getting the apology.
And you can see it in my sweat.
Yes. But that wasn't all. Let's continue that.
What I do hate though is are the people who say, well, who cares, man? If it's not for you, just move on. Maybe somebody will like it. No. That's how games like this, pretty soon you're looking at the shelf and it's only games like this because not enough people have laughed robustly at it. All right, so this is the, I believe the term is the queer consultant, Laura Kate Dale. This is their Twitter bio. Accessibility, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, don't know that, queer consultant, accessibility, author. It's the author part that we're concerned with because I have some of their books. Her first book is Things I Learned from Mario's Butt, a series of gaming butt critiques.
Well, that's grown up.
Yeah. These are consultants for AAA, quadruple A, whatever you do, top of the line video games these days. Her second book, a memoir called Uncomfortable Labels, My Life as a Gay Autistic Trans Woman, was published by Jessica Kingsley Publishing. Third book, Gender Euphoria, Stories of Joy from Trans, Non-Binary, and Intersex Writers. 4 books, a busy little bee, this person. Who Hunts the Whale, co-written by her wife. I don't even want to go into the mechanics of what.
Is she allowed to say her?
Yeah. I mean, is it a real female? Oh. Dale's 5th book, Me and My Dysphoria Monster, is a children's picture. Oh, that's great. Guys, if your kids were young enough, they could be in a classroom and maybe a teacher would be like, here, this is a great new book. We want to be progressive and trendy. So here's this children's book, Me and My Dysphoria Monster.
We're all inclusive here.
because you do have to. Even if you take some shrapnel, you got to stand up and laugh at this and go, no, this, I don't care if this person is a quote unquote queer consultant, they're a fucking retard. And them getting within a square mile of a AAA video game would have been unheard of, 6-7 years ago. Nowadays it's common. Same thing happens in tabletop RPGs too. If you don't think these same types of people, oh my God, this is probably tame compared to the consultants and the cultural gatekeepers that they hire. This is probably tame. $5, Dark Knight. This dialogue was written by people who needed to be punched in the bleep once in a while. Builds character. Yeah. Toughens you up. Just step in the ring. Yeah. Take a couple shots in the chops.
Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's right. Wakes you up. And then your animal instincts take over. Yeah. I think some of these folks could use something like this. Jeez.
My kids are, our kids are older now, but if they were young right now, I was all about helping them build their self-esteem, not confusing them about, imaginary gender issues at a young age. I find that pretty
reprehensible.
awful.
Well, we're gonna talk about something like that. I'm glad you brought that up, Rogan. It's almost like we planned this, even though we didn't, right? Frank Dazzlebeef, $2. That's what pisses me off. Leave the kids alone. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, hey, let's go into this. I saw this, put it up sight unseen. So we're all going to be watching this for the first time.
Let me preface this by saying that I am not an expert, but I am the mother of a trans child.
Okay. So, trebuchet to the moon, as old Ethan Van Sciver says. I am so done with these Transhausen by proxy, like parents. They used to be Munchausen by proxy, so their kids would always be sick because they'd be poisoning them most of the time. Now, instead of doing that, that seems relatively benign now. Now they are offering them up to be mutilated by an industry that's saying, like, hell yeah, we'll do it. It's big money for us.
Chomp chomp.
Yeah, drugs, surgery. Why do you think the medical people are so into this bullshit? It is huge money for them.
Money.
Yeah, follow the money, as they say. Now, from a moral point of view, it's so reprehensible that I think in 50 years, these people will go down as some of the most evil people in history. Like, somebody will be on YouTube or whatever its replacement is, 50, 100 years from now. They'll be EFAPing us, EFAPing this video, and they'll be like, man, these guys are right on. This is the most evil person in the world, this mother, who's dressing herself up in this cloak of I'm listening to my child. As if a fucking 10-year-old kid has this stuff figured out.
Here you go, before you start the video.
Yeah, Dark Knight. So I'm going to take up Muay Thai next year. Yep. Hey, good luck with that. As you guys know, hey, buddy, how you doing, Rich? As you guys know, I hit the heavy bag 3-4 times a week, man. Hit it with that mask on, mask off.
He didn't have to take his shirt off. He just flexes his muscles and his shirt popped right off.
It was very impressive.
Yeah. Hey, guys, there's something over there that you can... or over there.
Double D busting out the gun show.
If there were any women in the chat, they would be impressed. Where's Harmony? Give me a sympathy,
Double D
sexy comment.
Double D with his shirt off.
Chris Miller, that Chomper scene in Ice Pirates. Yeah, it won't make sense to Gen Z. Yeah, who count that as elective surgery. Yep. God, Ice Pirates. Good movie. All right, let's continue.
Yep.
For as long as we can.
All yours. Has been a lot of misconceptions about medication for the trans community, specifically minors. So growing up in grade school, I had a friend named Fern. And Fern started developing super early, like in 4th grade. And you could tell that she wasn't sitting well on her skin, and it was horrible for her. But here's the thing. By 7th grade, we all caught up. And Fern went on and enjoy the rest of her childhood, high school, so on and so forth. So now the difference between Fern and the trans kid
is that we don't have the same luxury of everyone else catching up, of everyone else feeling the same as us once we reach a certain point.
So
You never gave it a chance.
Right.
It's like people grow at like different ages.
I mean, if you're gonna, when you're a kid, you need to have a certain amount of adversity coming at you in little bits for you to grow stronger about it. And all those confusions and pains, you come home and talk to mom and dad, and they give you the good talk, and and all right, you have a safe place right there. Got mom and dad teaching you, those feelings might be yucky, but you got to walk through it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This kid doesn't have a chance.
It is such a tragedy. I mean, look, I think like Crazymouse and I are on the same page. Like the real tragedy is like, kids getting ripped apart, in the womb, of course. But this is like a close second, because it's like they get a taste of life, and it's going to be ruined for them.
All these young people that are doing this right now, when they get into their 20s, we're going to see a rash of suicides, and it's going to be.
You're already seeing it. Yeah, there's a really growing and thriving. Really? If you follow on Twitter, it's called the D-trans movement. It's just these poor people who realize the bill of goods that they were sold, and what a lie it was. And it's like some of the lucky ones, if they're women going to men, and then they stop. Some of them are lucky enough to like, okay, I can still have kids because I didn't go all the way. But it's like they'll always tell you like, yeah, my voice is permanently going to be really low, like Karen Salisbury, low, like, so it's like, oh, let me clean this up. €2, Dark Knight of Hibernia. Thank you again for super chatting. Guys are great. Thank you for supporting the show. To parents like her, I say one thing: face the wall. Yep, Ceausescu'd. She's insufferable. Repeal the 19th Amendment. Why don't we have a test? Aside from like a full repeal, maybe we could just have like a nice test.
Surly, it's funny you typed that, because I thought that.
Yeah, Joan Crawford vibes. No wire hangers ever. My brother Steve's favorite movie growing up. So I ended up seeing it like a million times.
It's a horror movie and a comedy.
It is, yeah. It's a very campy movie. Should have known you'd know where to find the boys and the booze.
It looks like this mom and son wear the same glasses.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Do you think that's just by accident?
No.
Someone made
mommy is.
Someone wrote in the comments that, what do you bet that she's divorced and hates her ex-husband?
Oh God, yeah.
I would agree with that.
Now, you never know. Maybe the husband wasn't involved, but if there is, I feel so bad.
He'd be in the video. If he was involved,
yeah, but sometimes what happens is the fathers figure it out, and they're like, "No, we can't do this."
Yes.
And the women are such fucking lunatics, and they're like, "No, we're doing this. This is our kid speaking." And they're like, "No, this is a kid. You got to let him grow out of this if possible."
Right.
And these women, because they don't think sometimes with like the rational part of their brain.
There's no husband involved, because let's just extrapolate this out. He would, number one, he would be in the video to be supportive. Okay, so he's not.
Yeah.
As of now, maybe he shows up in the back. I don't know. But number two, let's pretend he is in the picture and he knows that his wife and son posted this video. He'd be pissed. Like, take this shit down.
Yeah.
Okay, that leads to a fight, which then leads to their divorce.
Yeah.
So this woman is either single or soon to be single.
Yes, Meat. Good to see you here. Yes, exactly. They're called devouring mothers. Yeah, you can. Like, I know Jordan Peterson has shed a lot of light on them. Yeah, they are one of the most destructive forces in the world right now. These mothers and this whole thing where like everything feminine is good and like you go girl and like the world needs to be more. No, there needs to be a good balance between the two sexes. Okay, nice little balance. Worked for a long, long time, and now we've just decided to go, to careen the car to one side, and it ain't. And this is the result.
Before you get to that, here's we got Mark Morris and out on the streets tonight
in a garbage truck with. I like the garbage pail kids. that was going around Twitter. Yeah, it's very nice. And I'll segue into that when we do this. Yeah, I got called, my wife and I, and, you know, several other folks I know, friends, got called garbage last night by the president. But there was also a local like addendum to that too. We'll get to that. Doc Flamingo, $10. Thank you, Doc. Regarding that quote unquote author, as someone who's led a profoundly difficult life due to autism, I cannot express my loathing for those who claim to be because they think it makes them sound kooky and fun. Yeah, Doc, those people that trumpet it all the time, half the time they're not autistic. They're just assholes. They're just ignorant assholes, and they don't actually like struggle with, you know, genuine autism, which I'm sure you do too. So thank you so much. I do appreciate you supporting the channel. Patrick Demo, $5. You as well. Mr. Pointy Hat. Black Lodge Games referenced Pointy Hat, and I'm like, Patrick Demo's probably going crazy. His company's always getting like mistaken for this YouTuber called Pointy Hat, who's very popular. When I was 5, I wanted to be Superman. My parents didn't put me in a cape and throw me off a building so I can fly.
Thank goodness, Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're thankful they didn't.
Yeah.
Good Lord. But yeah, this is a culmination of a lot of things. This is societal pressure. This is social media run amok. If you notice, you don't need to be on TikTok doing this, but the mother's also getting a visceral endorphin rush by posting this on TikTok and seeing the views and seeing this poor, I guess it would be a boy turning into the daughter that she probably wanted, right? Is that what we're looking at here?
I like to picture that.
Yeah, because I think it looks like it's probably a boy.
And that, how old?
Grade school, I thought.
Oh, yeah, gotta be, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like maybe 10, 11.
I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm trying to piece together. I'm going to say 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, yeah, that'd be about 12.
That person should have youthful sparkle in their eyes right now. You know, he should be sharing a pretty decent moment with your mom.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we're doing a TikTok, awesome, but like they're almost
no. Yeah, it's no. This kid is ruined for life.
Yes.
And the thing is, he will grow up hating his mother. Like, he may say the right things until she's dead, but when she dies, there will be such an outpouring of hatred for this woman. He will go back.
All the therapy.
Oh God, yeah. And that's another way too. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, well, you can almost see like the medical community like kind of teaming up with the psych community. Like, oh yeah, we'll ruin him physically, and then when we do that, they're going to need your help. So it'll be like a nice little partnership.
Well, hold on a second.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Read this one,
Bada bing.
Double D, and then we're going to play the video, guys.
Yes. Nurturing mother only works due to good fathers. Yep. Thank you, Dark Knight.
Anxiety levels
We'll let it go
that is
through here.
created by not allowing children to take these medications and take a breath and grow into themselves is so strong that we actually may be harming certain children by not giving them access.
The vast majority of minors who would receive some form of gender-affirming care would receive it in the form of puberty blockers. Puberty blockers have been used for decades to delay puberty. That means a 13-year-old person who was born as a boy and is just on the cusp of male puberty can delay it if that person feels like she may be a girl. I find a common misconception is people think trans kids are being, quote, mutilated or groomed or coerced into something they might regret later. But in reality, trans kids do not get reassignment surgery before they're adults. They get blockers. That's what the far majority of trans kids get. And by all of these laws blocking every single form of care, shutting down gender-affirming care clinics that truly just help kids take a breath, by closing them, you're closing their airway.
So let's let parents of trans kids handle their kids with their doctors in private. I know my kid best. Can we just get together for that one?
You know, oh my God. It's not off topic to me. It reminded me of the movie Speed. When they're all sitting still on the bus, but she moves and Dennis Hopper notices it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The editing was so poor.
Yep.
That bus was going off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just checked out Carla Rockmore's TikTok. And she's
really?
quite the fashionista.
Oh, good Lord. Is this one of those kids? Are you talking about the kid or the mom?
The mom.
Jeez.
I can't listen to any of this stuff, but she does a lot of things with clothes. I don't know if she has an older son. There's a gentleman there who looks like a dad figure in there. I think he's probably got a cock cage on. I'm sorry I said that out loud.
The gun is good. $10, Disco Barbarian. Let's take a moment to appreciate that Trump just trolled so hard the world shifted on its axis. He went to his rally. Oh, did he really? He actually did that and is on stage wearing a safety vest. Holy shit, I cannot wait to see this now. Oh, my Lord. I mean, look, even if you're, for whatever insane reason, you're not going to be voting for him, you have to appreciate the 100th level trolling he did with the McDonald's stunt and doing stuff like that. In fact, we're talking about a guy.
This is next week, everybody.
It is, yeah. Do me a favor, guys, and thank you so much, Disco. Please go out and vote. I mean, and look, you know where my feelings lie. I think everybody here. I mean, we're all probably going to be voting for DJT. But I don't care if you have to wait in line for an hour or 5 hours. It is important if you're in a swing state. And look, even if you're not in a swing state, that's the reason they keep saying it's the reason they use to try to get rid of the electoral college. Oh, well, the Democrats win the popular vote. Yeah, they win the popular vote because New York and California, the two biggest states. I mean, a lot of the Republicans be like, he's not going to win here, so I'm not even going to bother to vote. But your vote does matter, because if he can get close to the popular vote, then all of a sudden that little argument goes away. So yes, even if you're out in California or in New York, a very, very blue state, still go out and vote. Make it as close as possible. Yeah, he's not going to win, of course, but I mean, we got to do it. And if you're in a swing state, there's no choice. You have to get out and vote.
We're not just a swing state. We're a swing city.
Yeah, our county is a bellwether for the whole nation.
It's since the end of August, I'm just going to kind of go in order. Walz came first, and then Vance came, and then Trump came.
Yep.
Then Kamala came, then Vance came again. And I know that on Monday, Bill Clinton was going to come, but he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Sanders came.
Sanders was here the same day as Vance.
Was he?
Yeah.
And there was a rumor that Barack was going to try to come, but they don't think it's going to happen by Tuesday. So we're a swing city.
Well, yeah, we're what's called a bellwether. They look at us because it seems like we're the finger in the wind as to which way the world, the thing is blowing. And as these guys will tell you, I've been working my ass off at the RNC headquarters. Go ahead, throw that back. I don't think I got to that one yet. I've been sending out postcards. I've actually, I took the old saying, chop wood and carry water. That was kind of politically speaking. I hadn't gotten involved in a lot of politics. I was always very political, in my, passion, but I had never really done anything or given money. Well, that changed this year, because I kind of realized this is kind of an important one. This is one of those ones where it's we are sort of kind of at one of those threshold moments. I don't like to be too dramatic, but so I've been sending out a shitload of postcards, just volunteering. I work the JD Vance rally on Saturday here. It was nice. It was if there's any way you can volunteer to knock doors or do a phone bank in your local city, do it. Roll up your sleeves. Chop wood, carry water. Disco Barbarian, $5. Trump. Where you see garbage, you see the heart and soul of America. Bam. You saw it in my intro. I made sure to throw it in the intro, guys. Yep. Chris Miller already voted and triple checked the ballot to make sure. Yeah. Chris is in Georgia. Swing state. Yep, I voted too. Mrs. D will be voting on election day. I think Mouse is voting on election day.
I got my voter card. I didn't open the mail, but I think it showed up today.
Let me give you guys some advice too. The worst times to vote on election day, right when they open, because everybody gets the feeling like, oh, I'll get there early. Well, there's going to be a huge line right when they open. Lunchtime, because everybody goes on lunch, and then any time after 4:30. The best time to go, in my opinion, 10 a.m. or 2 p.m.
Right.
Preferably 10 a.m. because that way you're like, okay, you still have the day in front of you. You got some time to play with. If you go at like 2 and there's a long line, you're like, oh, well, you'll start making excuses like, I may have to go home. I may have to pick up the kids. Go at 10 a.m., middle of the morning, and just wait in line. I don't care if it takes an hour, 2 hours.
For us
you got to do it.
Workers, they're already asking us to be available to give rides.
Yeah, and get people to the polls. If you're doing that, Mouse, say, who you voting for? If they say Harris, you just take right off. Dark Knight of Hibernia.
We'll drive around for a couple hours.
Yeah. Puberty blockers equals chemical castration. Yeah, that kid was just so misinformed, as if like they had no harm. Go ahead and throw that up. There was still a little bit more there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I didn't quite get the back end of that one. Yep, thank you there, Mouse. They use them on blank offenders. Yep. How can these people be so smug and so evil, yet so bloody convinced that they're not?
My apologies, Dark Knight. I didn't mean to
cut no problem. Yeah, no. Mouse would never do anything like that on purpose. It's
I'll block Surly.
Yeah, at will.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Verify.
I would say, because like I said, I say this for some Harris voters. I mean, look, some of them I think are just kind of under a spell, and they kind of been lied to, and like, yeah, this is how they feel, and that's fine. And look, they probably feel the same way about us. That's fine. But these people doing this to their kids, there's a little bit more there. There's a little bit more there. There's a mental illness there that runs probably in the family. That's probably where the kid gets it. They get it from mom.
The child is a victim, probably the father too, of toxin femininity.
Yeah. Well, you're dealing with a father who's just either afraid to stand up or is going along with it. But most of the time, I think they're just afraid. A lot of times, they're afraid they're going to lose custody of the kids. Like they won't be able to see their kids anymore. So they're put in a place. And I hate to say it, these guys that is quote unquote kidnap my kid to get him away from this monster of a mother, and they call it kidnapping, and I'm like, that ain't fucking kidnapping. That's saving. It's like if the kid had been kidnapped by gang members and you got him away, you'd be a hero. I mean, this woman is going to do more long-term damage to that kid than anybody. By the way, this is the Honorable Jasmine Flores, President, Erie City Council. That is Mouse and I's, home borough stomping grounds. She's the head of the Erie.
Not that Rogan's not. He just lives in the county.
He lives in a suburb. Yeah, Rogan's just in a suburb.
He's all fancy.
Yeah, he's one of them people.
Yes, I am.
This is what she said yesterday. This is the president of the city council of the fourth largest city of the swing state of Pennsylvania, the one that the election hinges on. This is a 29-year-old Latina woman, Jasmine Flores. About 90%, if not more, of you Red Hat followers need to be honest with yourselves and acknowledge that whitehood you all own or were raised to own because of your sick family history. Fuck you. You are a racist. And if you're a person of color, you need to stop hating yourself and find your roots, because you are lost and your assimilation is showing, and you are embarrassing the rest of us who have educated ourselves on the real Americans' history with all its bloodshed and slaughter for black and brown people. Fuck you. The red hat is the new white hoods for the KKK. Fuck you.
That's not needed. I mean,
none of it's needed.
That's not needed at all.
And I want to be wrong, but when people show you who they are, you have to believe them.
If this was reversed, this person would be made to, they'd be made to resign.
In any other era, yeah.
Oh, look they just said it at the end. She needs to resign.
Yeah, I was actually sending this to Libs of TikTok. I didn't realize that Chaya Rychek had already picked it up. Get that in a moment. But yeah, I guess they were already on it. Libs of TikTok meet Erie County, PA City Council President Jasmine Flores. She posted this disgusting message blasting Trump as racist, KKK members, and suggests black people who support Trump are lost and embarrassing. She needs to resign. Where's our local paper? Where's our local news? And I'll tell you where they are.
At home, washing their tights.
washing their tights. One of our local media outlets, Erie News Now, I think it's called, they agree with her. Now, there's another one called, I think, Your Erie. They're a little bit more kind of down the middle. And our paper is a fucking joke. Go Erie. Our paper agrees with this chick, too. Yeah. So 2 of the 3 big local media outlets, they agree with her. So they won't say a damn word. I hate this person. This is a profoundly stupid person running for office.
Is she up for the vote this week?
No, I don't think so. I think they would.
Maybe I misunderstood. She's running for office.
She's already the city council president, but I think they do those on off years.
That's what I meant. Is she up for re-election?
I don't think so.
Okay.
They do these kind of elections. I think on off years. Yeah, like odd years. Jeff from $5, and they will call anyone who disagrees with them the German N-word, and yet push for laws that would put a smile on the Austrian painter's face. Yes, of course, of course.
Get out your umbrellas because snake oil's making
it rain. Hallelujah! Thank you so much, Snake Oil. Good to see you here, buddy.
Yep.
Gifted 5 memberships. Yep. What can I say? Thank you very much,
thank
all
you.
of you guys. But yeah, Jasmine Flores. I know one of the people that was running for city council. He's a piece of garbage, and I know him because way back in high school, my wife briefly dated him.
What?
Yes, but he's not on city council, but he is a stupid communist. So he goes around the city now. He doesn't have a job, so me and Mrs. D will be out and we'll see him around, and he's of course polite, when you see him. But he was at that Kamala rally, and as you know, I was on the other side with the Trump people, just kind of taking a little bit of the piss out, but not being mean. Dump the Trump. Yeah, he came by and called us all Nazis, and I was like, oh, don't you see I'm here? That'll be interesting next time me and Mrs. D run into him. I'll be like, you shouldn't be talking to a Nazi. You might be taken as one yourself by somebody looking.
Having a discussion at work. We're talking about voting here. And I have a solid conversation with a handful of people. I'm not going to vote. And I get it. I understand. Mm-hmm. We have the freedom to vote. We have the right to vote. But like everyone that's on the fence, double think this, because with your rights you have and your liberties, there comes obligations.
Yeah.
And that that is a truism. If you're going to bitch or something like that, all right, don't vote, but don't bitch then.
Yeah.
But you owe it to your neighbor, whether you agree or not. You owe it to the guy down the street, the people that own the corner store, to fulfill your obligation. Think in your heart and make a decision. But you use that word, because there are places around the world that don't have that opportunity. And everyone likes it here or not. There are people in America that would like to take that away.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys. It's not a matter of like shenanigans going on. There's always shenanigans, but they game the system. I mean, there's already like reports of little things happening in some of the swing states. So you just the thing is like too big to rig. So it's just like you got to get out there and you got to look. I don't care. Like one of our friends, like he's voted for Don 2 times, and he's like, I don't know. I'm thinking it's like. You just got to hold your nose if you don't like them personally. I'm sorry, but like the policies are what's important, and the other side hates your guts, and they will do everything they can to subsume you underneath this diversity that they want. If you haven't decided by now, should you vote? Yeah, unless you can guarantee they're gonna vote for for old Donald. All right, hold on 1 second here. I got to take over for just a moment here. Crazymouse, because I wanted to show something. Let's see, that was 6. I'm gonna see if I can get.
While you're thinking,
Oh wait, all right, no, I think it's on this.
The gun is good. The gun is good. The penis is evil.
Penis is not evil, by the way.
The guy's here to fix.
All right, so this is. Look, the guy just showed up. The guy got called. All of us got called garbage last night. He shows up in a garbage truck and is wearing a vest. All right, but what you have to know, like, whenever they've interviewed this guy, like before, like he's like, yeah, I'll run for president. When I think all his like views are pretty much like they were in place. He doesn't really change. So this is when he was on Saturday Night Live. I just thought this was kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe you guys can. I'll let this play all the way through because it's just a short skit.
It's the leak on your solid gold faucet.
Send them in. This place looks like the Liberace Museum. Hey, I'm the prince of this city. When you're in my office, you treat me with respect. Who did your decorating? Saddam Hussein? I'll have you know this is all very classy stuff. And that painting of the tiger and the woman has got me laid on numerous occasions. I didn't know gay dudes liked tiger paintings. Hey, you've crossed the line. I've killed people for less. Looks like you killed a squirrel to me and put it right on top of your head. You're one to talk. Your hair looks exactly like mine. Yeah, except my hair's supposed to look like this. I'm a janitor.
All right, so I mean, I ask you, like, do you think like Kamala Harris could do anything like that? I mean, she already tried to do like a skit with Molly Shannon and that stupid fucking Catholic schoolgirl thing. It was the most cringy thing.
Wait, recently?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I just see that. I'm not sure.
Hold on.
What her name is, but she's the new Kamala on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph, yeah. God, hopefully that goes away soon. Ugh. Ay. So yeah, I mean, look, to me, that's the mark of somebody who has a good sense of humor. Like, yeah, go ahead, make fun of my hair.
Wait, was it on Saturday Night Live?
Oh yeah. He hosted.
No. The one with Kamala and Molly Shannon.
No. All right. So there's this thing called the Alfred Smith Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Every candidate's goes to it. It's for like a Catholic charity.
Mm-hmm.
It's always towards the end of the election season, and both candidates are in the same room. And it's like it's just like a fundraiser, but they tell like self-deprecating jokes, about themselves, and maybe some light ribbing of their opponent. But it's supposed to be all in good spirit, to kind of show like, hey, unity and all that.
Did a couple years ago, Donald Trump did that with Hillary, and she accidentally bumped into him, and she said, "Pardon me."
yes, that was the one.
Okay.
You're absolutely 100% right.
Nixon, thank you.
Yeah, well, Kamala skipped it this year. She is the first candidate to skip it since Walter Mondale, dubiously enough. We all know how Walter Mondale did after skipping it, so we can only hope that she does just as good. Yeah, but she did a taped skit, and sent it in. And I'm going to see if I have it. Hold on one second here.
In the meantime, someone's commenting about Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Vance was on Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan interview solidified my support is one. The Rogan interview was awesome. Joe Rogan is not Oh, that's from... I was reading that. Man, you just put anything on the teleprompter, I'll read it.
That is a fact.
Man, I just got moused. That's like how Chris Miller found the end.
Yeah, boy, I can't.
Mercurius just gifted everybody. Gifted a membership. Thank you.
Mercurius.
Snake Oil says we only have 39 likes. Come on, people, smash that like button.
You can do better. Yeah, just look it up afterward. It's just Molly. Just look up Molly Shannon, Kamala Harris. It's one of the cringiest. It just went on for so long. It was just meant to be shown at this dinner that she should have been to anyway. And it's so fucking cringy. And I mean, I don't know. I don't care what you say. That was freaking funny. Listening to Trump essentially make fun of himself. A squirrel on top of the head. You know, I didn't know gay dudes got, you know, laid from tiger paintings. I don't know. All right. What else do I have here? What else do I? Oh,
Shark Chomp Chomp says Joe Rogan's interview with Trump got 40 million.
40 million. And she will not go on him.
I heard that he would let her, but she has to commit to 3 hours. Is that what he had to do?
Yeah. He stayed. I'm sure Vance obliged him because that's what Joe Rogan does. It's like he wants to get to know you, kind of get your guard down.
Do you remember?
She can't do it.
Do you remember when they were having trouble between Trump and Hillary at debates, and they said that they wanted to have Joe Rogan like step in and be the moderator because he wouldn't take any shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That got shot down.
The thing is, you'd be a fool not to. Like Kamala turned it down. Look, Kamala today, she can't do a 3-hour interview. She looked like a fool. Everybody knows it. So she wanted 1 hour, and he had to come to her. And he's like, "Fuck no, I'm Joe Rogan. I don't have to do that." But I mean, she could reach. Hers would get just as much because people would tune into the train wreck, you know, aspect and see like, will she, you know, will she or won't she? But she won't do it. So she'd rather, fly around the swing states and talk to, 5,000 here, 10,000 there. Oops. And this mustache is really tickling my nose. I may have to take it off. Sorry, guys.
So he wanted her to come on for 3 hours. She said, no, you have to come to her for 1 hour. And he said, hell no.
Exactly.
I'm the boss.
Exactly. I'm the boss, applesauce. Yeah. It's, to me, you'd be a fool not to do it. But in the same respect, her campaign is so gun shy because they know what they're dealing with here. This is just a profoundly unprepared person. Everybody saw when her teleprompter broke and she just kept saying 32 days, 32 days, 32 days. That's because the teleprompter broke and she cannot ad lib.
It's like Milli Vanilli.
Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. Yeah. Yeah, people were having trouble inside. Yeah. Hey, all right, that's fine. I will show you this too. So hey, as long as we might as well lean
Chris
into
Miller
it.
said something. He said something important. It says Harris's press agent. I'm going to pull it up for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, she's too busy for Rogan. Yeah, I'm too busy to reach 40 million people, guys. Does that make sense to you as a reasonable person?
That's an investment. She should. I mean, she should do it.
She should, but
put the big girl pants on.
Yeah, but the thing is, she can't.
Right.
She absolutely cannot.
I think about this like it's an interview process, and realistically, from our point of view, the most important job in the world. You know, Russia might say a different opinion, or China or whatever would say a different opinion. Korea, but she did not do good on her first round of interviews when she ran for president 4 years ago, right? Yeah. And didn't make it past the first round.
She got owned.
Yeah, she left before there was even votes taken.
Right. Okay. So then he picked her to be the vice president candidate, and I imagine, I'm not up to date with politics as much as Double D, but I imagine it was to get the women vote and the black vote.
He said as much. He said, I am picking a black woman.
Okay.
Because it was
so then, due to his age, and I get it, he's becoming an old man. I understand that. So then he said, well, I'm not going to run again. Let's have her go in. Put that into real world work experience. Rogan is a welder by trade. Let's pretend someone came in and said, I want to be a welder. I'm applying for the job. And he can't weld. So they told him, you're not qualified for this job. 4 years later, this person's going to be running the welding shop.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Yeah, that's what they're asking her to do. And that part to me is is baffling to me.
And it's not so much that look, the job will get done because there is this thing called the deep state is just a bunch. All it is just a bunch of bureaucrats who've been ensconced, and they stay when every administration comes and goes. They stay, so they know how things work. They know how to get things quote unquote done, and they are not always the best people, as we know. So it's like, yeah, I mean, she will be able to function, but she will have to rely exclusively on these people. Whereas Trump is going to fucking fire them all and be like, no, like this government is way too big. You're fucking gone. And it can be done. Look, Argentina had 70 years of Peronista socialism, and they finally had enough because it doesn't work. All these young kids voting for this stuff, it does not work. All you have to do is look at places like Argentina. And they've said enough, and they gave the country over to him. And he's turning things around. Like the inflation is under control there. He's getting rid of just about every government department. Guys, we are like $33 trillion in debt. You don't think we're going to have to start paying that back at some point, or our kids? I don't know. All right, so this is from Allentown. This is the mayor of Allentown. Trump was just there last night. This is Matt Turk, the guy who's dressed like Pee Wee Herman. Watch this little bitch of a mayor. He is trying to F with the rally. Like, he's trying to, like, pull permits, get permits taken off. So it's a complete disaster. And they essentially, I think what he was hoping is they'd have to cancel it. But watch what happens when you have essentially like a volunteer, maybe like a paid volunteer. So I guess it wouldn't be a volunteer, but like a paid staff member of the Trump Vance campaign. Just look at the difference here between the two and how they compare, how they run their lives.
You said it 3 times, and then all of a sudden you let the traffic come through, and I'm trying to put out bike rack while dodging cars at the same time. Don't. You think I'm gonna fucking take it off now?
I don't expect you to put yourself in danger.
Oh yeah, well then we got cars coming in from all 4 intersections while I'm in the middle of it. Oh really? Yes. You put out a press statement yesterday. The city did, saying that this entire block was closed on Apple Maps. You know what it shows? It shows this entire intersection closed. Look it up. You think I'm gonna remove the barricades now? Yeah, you're out of your fucking mind.
Good.
This is a campaign worker talking to the mayor of Allentown, telling him to fuck off. I don't think people realize that there is like a full half of the population. They've had enough. And this is what they want to tell all these little fucking Pee Wee Herman nothings. This little 5-foot nothing. Freemen don't need permits, says Disco. Attaboy. Pencil neck geeks, yeah. Oh, this is so good.
Don't ever pull that shit on me again. The entire police force was confused. Yeah, go ahead and call your chief, please.
Dude, that's right to be bent.
Yeah.
Get your soft hands the fuck out of the road.
Just if you didn't know anything, you'd be like, oh, that's the mayor right there, dressing down like some little poor campaign staffer. It is completely reversed.
Right there too, really. We got our food trucks right there. This is nuts. How is this in the way of voting? So if someone lives on that block right there, they can't walk around to the other side. Why don't you walk it with me? Let's walk. Oh really? Am I being a problem? I'm not the one who lied to you the entire time. You tried to pull some fake shit on the permits. Oh really? You're laughing? You told us Saturday it was fine. And then you say we can't have our porta potties there? Really? Okay, go ahead and fucking call them. You're saying you're trying to pull that permit shit on us? You told us we could do that. Oh really? You gotta pull a permit now? Oh, okay, yeah, right.
I love this kid.
Oh really? Election is 8 days away. You said we could close this entire intersection. And then the day of, you show up in a fresh suit with all your cameras, trying to show like you're big and strong, that you can shut this down. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh, okay, why don't we walk it? Why don't we walk it right now? Let's go and walk it. What are they, Arnold Schwarzenegger? They don't have to do anything crazy. They're walking outside.
That kid is an absolute legend. I'm sorry. I mean, there's nothing not good about that. Holy shit.
All right, careful, Double D, reading this name.
The Ninjaneer.
All right, there we go.
The Ninjaneer for $10. Caught the stream live. I wanted to show some support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, man. I really do. And guys, we're a week away from an election. No, the show is not going to be political all the time. This is a week away, and we'll probably talk about the the after effects for a week or two, you know, and it's like, I don't plan on it being all politics all the time, but looks, this is...
We'll probably realistically talk a little bit about it next week.
Yeah, for sure. We may not even know who, you know, won. Hopefully we'll know. Hopefully it'll be, a blowout, but I was considering even just going on, like firing up a stream on election night. It depends on how I'm feeling. I don't know.
Got one for you. This is a pretty big super chat right here.
I already see it. Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Thank you, Merlin.
These guys, they're starting to figure you out.
He's hilarious.
Starting to figure you out. They know who the gatekeeper is.
Yes, he is.
Don't type big words.
Don't hit verify.
But yeah, the thing is that kid, he exemplifies like the frustration half the country has with like these people that are just constantly telling you, no, you can't do that. Oh, no. And you're like, but it makes perfect sense. And you told us we could do it earlier. Well, that's not what I'm saying now. Blah, blah, blah. Telling him to fuck off. Oh my God. Fucking legend. I want to know his name. Snake O'Shawn.
You'll know it in a couple years. There you go.
Yep. That was a future mayor of Allentown there. Yeah. That kid. Yeah. Yeah.
You can run just on that video right there.
Oh God. Yeah.
Find out when the
fucking
Chad,
legend.
if you can help us out, find out when the next mayoral election of Allentown is.
Yeah.
Is it next year? Because that mayor's in trouble.
Write in Yelling Man if you don't know his name.
There will come a time when the Chads are ascendant, and everybody shakes off this whole like toxic masculinity is bad. That was a kid. Looked like he was about my height. That's a kid who drank milk from, the time he was at his mother's teat, probably now. He probably drinks it now. And that little 5'0" piece of shit mare. I mean, he's probably told like, oh no, you can't have that. You can have soy milk. You can drink water. We eat your vegetables. Ooh, not too much meat. That's what you get. You get a little 5'0" piece of shit.
Hiding behind his cell phone.
Fuck yeah. Look, Rogan, you got a Chad son. Your one son is a huge Chad.
Yes, I have.
Looks like he's like an Adonis.
I have twin boys, and I love them completely and equally. They're both amazing.
Oh.
They're both amazingly different from each other, but you can tell which one drank the milk.
Well, it's me and my brothers too. It's like me and my one older brother. I learned from him. Like we drank, but the oldest brother. I love him, but he just didn't drink it enough, and he's under 6 foot. Yeah. Me and my brother's 6'3", I'm 6'4".
And my son's a beast.
Yep. It's like, dude, if you have kids, especially if you have boys, like try to encourage them to drink milk, please, for their own good. Life is a lot better when you're over 6 foot. Everybody stock up on basics before election day. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a doomsayer. Are you guys doomsayers? Mouse, are you a doomsayer?
I don't think so.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I am planning to buy a bunch of binkies from the Dollar General store and bring them to work. And start handing them out.
Yeah.
Stop your whining. Stop your whining.
Just, it's so much frustration is building up. It's like boys are it's why like Trump is like doing so well with like young men. They're fucking tired of it. All of them. They're tired of being told that like they're the problem. God, I've like wanted elections before, and man, this one's special. I've given a lot of money, given a lot of time, and fuck, man, I just want to see it, so we can have 4 more years of just peace, and then who knows what happens after that.
Well, let's pretend that Donald Trump does win. That's 4 years of that, and he can't run again.
Right.
So if he's successful and, the world doesn't end, right, as people are thinking that it might, let's pretend it still continues.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the guy, his vice president,
JD,
could go ahead.
You know who's going to be pretty formidable on the other side is our governor.
Who?
Shapiro.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, he going to be tough to beat. Because they asked him last night on CNN Raw. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a fan of Shapiro's, but I can respect what he's doing because he's like a very canny politician. They're like, it seems Joe Biden just called all of Trump's supporters garbage, what do you think of that, Governor Shapiro? He's like, well, I would never call any of my constituents garbage. He's like, no, I would disagree with that. You know,
Good.
so it's like he knows, and look, you gotta give it up to him. Like, hey, saying the right things. I mean, he's gonna be tough to beat. I'm not gonna be voting for him, but you know, he's if you look at him, he's got all the makings, and that's to me.
How old is he?
I think he looks like he's just in his like late 40s or 50s. He's pretty young, relatively speaking, for politics. And I think that's why people say like, oh, she didn't choose him to be her VP because he was like in the final two. I think he told her privately, like, take me out. Because I think he saw what kind of a candidate she was going to be, and he's like, I'm not gonna hitch my wagon to this fucking thing.
We're gonna get to James's in a second, but here's following up what you just said.
Yeah, Newsom, Shapiro, Whitmer. Yeah, and you know what, guys? If that's the case, Shapiro's the best of the three. So if it's none of them are going to be good, really. But of those three, good Lord, if Gavin Newsom gets in, holy shit. I mean, he's worse because he has bad ideas and he's like a pretty boy, you know, and he's a slick politician too. Shapiro seems a little bit more earnest though. James, $5. Good to see you, DM James. I haven't seen Hungar here. I hope he's doing okay. I drink chocolate milk. It combines my favorite things, lactose tolerance and conquest. Ooh, ouch. Always keeping it spicy. Thank you, James. Good to see you. James, I apologize. I have not been able to drop in on your streams. I will try to. Double D's been busy.
Getting writer's cramp?
I was. Last night I wrote like 70 postcards in like 2.5 hours. I was like a fucking madman. That's where I got that hat though.
You get that you use Sharpie?
I do when I'm signing when I was signing Trump's name. Want to make it stand out.
Remember when Klinger was forging Colonel Potter's name? Sherman T.
Oh yeah,
Potter.
Yeah, Potter. Those were always like the tough ones. Like when Radar left, I'm like, oh yeah, the show is pretty much over now. Let's see video. Okay, here we go. Oh, here's a good one. All right, we're gonna play a game, boys. No, you guys in the chat, if you know, don't say. Don't look at the chat, guys, for a second here. Guess the job. I'm going to play this through. Guess the job.
You have prevented
Take me. I could give a damn. Take me where you want to
So
take me.
how do you want me to take you somewhere
now?
expeditiously?
Now. Take me where you want to take me. No! 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 Just let that nigga run on the female! No! He just punched me! Everything for no reason! Right? No! Let it fucking go! Let it fucking go! Let it fucking go! Let it fucking go!
That's a cop! That's a cop. There goes the hair. Thought my wig was full.
I think that this is the woman that misappropriated funds. Didn't she like take a bunch of money and go all over like Vegas and stuff like that?
I'm not sure of that, but that could very well be.
That's what I'm thinking of. It was like a mayor of a town, and she misused.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's definitely not her then,
You know
because
who
she's
I'm
not a
talking
mayor.
about?
Right? Yeah. All right. I'll play it through.
And that's on me! Shit! No, I didn't! No, I don't punch niggas! Don't touch me!
You're gonna get
No.
Ma'am.
Take me where you want to take me.
I can't take
No,
you. I don't
take
have any
me.
identification on
And
you.
I don't care. You don't need the identification. You have
I
locked
do.
people up, and you have picked up dead bodies when you don't know who bodies it was,
Ma'am.
but you picked them up.
Ma'am.
Take me where you need to take me.
I'm trying to.
Very cultured individual.
I was gonna say, take note of how she's talking.
No, take me where you need to take me immediately, expeditiously.
You have prevented
Take me. I could give a damn. Take me where you want to
So
take me.
how do you want me to take you somewhere
now?
expeditiously?
Now. Take me where you want to take me.
She is a judge.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
She is a judge in Atlanta, like
Yeah,
a
I saw
probate
that.
judge or something in Atlanta, Georgia.
Not much longer.
Yeah, I think she's been relieved of her duties. But somebody
That's who I'm
said,
thinking. But hold on. I'm sorry, Double D. This is who I was thinking of.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Tiffany Henyard. Okay.
That's the lady that took all the money and was
That's-
like, but we needed to stay at the Four Seasons. We needed to have a suite at the Bellagio.
I will have to look that up. That sounds vaguely familiar, but the details aren't resonating. So Tiffany Henyard. I'm going to write that down. Tiff Henyard. Okay.
We needed Gucci purses.
Yeah, that was a little while ago. This is pretty recent.
I'm going to assume she was a sister too.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody, I guess she got voted in as a judge.
Not much longer.
Yeah, well, she in trouble.
She out.
When that wig hit the floor, so did her career.
There was a judge that was one of Mrs. Mouse's bridesmaids. She's a judge now.
Oh yeah, yep. All right, there's one other weirdo we can look at. But first, let's let's have it, chat.
Yeah, what is it?
That's tomorrow, peeps.
Tomorrow.
I have a question about, is chocolate considered candy or is it its own category?
Dude.
I guess it depends on, because it comes in so many different, unlike anything else, it comes like you could have, powdered chocolate for cooking, and it isn't even necessarily sweet. Or it's been manufactured into this lovely candy bar that we all love.
Yeah, by definition, candy bar.
James, why did you delete all your vids and live streams? Are you,
That's a good question.
what are you doing, buddy?
His own videos and live streams?
Yeah, so I could redo all your vids. Okay. Fair enough. I don't think they needed redone. I mean, I hope that's stored somewhere because that's like a living history. See, long after I'm dead, that's why I think all this stuff, my grandkids are gonna look on here and be like, "Man, Grandpa was a wild bastard."
They're gonna be like, "Man."
They'd be like, "Dad, was Grandpa gay?
Was he into Village People?"
Maybe, son. Maybe.
Grandpa had some guns.
Yeah. Yep.
Who are his two buddies?
Oh yeah.
Who's Rogan? Let's talk about him more. Pass the gravy and tell me a story about Crazymouse.
Yeah, there's going to be all this history. And I would hope that, the channel never gets nuked by YouTube. But it's always a possibility.
They say that chocolate is candy. So then, because I'm really high on gummy clusters from Nerds right now, but man, Take 5 from Reese's are so good.
Yeah, Take 5's good. Got Kit Kats.
Candy corn?
Candy corn.
Well, is candy corn...
Pungar.
So we have
What's up,
favorite
Pungar?
and least. You guys are listing just the candy. Is candy corn your favorite or is candy corn the least favorite? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you moving that, buddy?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe we were getting.
Go
hacked.
ahead. Yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead.
thought we were getting. Oh, hey, I thought we were getting hacked.
Mousecock at it again. Yeah, all yours. I'm gonna assume if they're putting it there, it's probably their favorite because they would probably say I hate.
Mac Thompson said favorite. Yep.
Yeah. Root beer barrels are pretty foul. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So is I like a good sticky sweet thing, but the sugar daddies were never my thing.
No. Milk duds.
I like milk duds. I like milk duds.
How about sugar? How about sugar babies?
Oh, sugar baby. Yeah, I hate sugar babies.
Okay. Because they're the caramel with the candy
Yep.
coating.
For whatever reason, they just never sat well with me. So I am not a fan of the sugar babies. I'm really high on cheese. Hey, Zillian, how you doing, buddy?
Queso.
Okay.
I like Reese cups too. Are super high on my list.
As far as candy bars go, my favorite candy bar is Milky Way. I love the nougat, caramel, and chocolate.
I don't like Three Musketeer bars. I feel like that those aren't
something missing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's something missing in it. It's like, oh, this is an incomplete. This is a stage 1 Milky Way. Well, it's like I want a Milky Way. I don't want a prototype.
It's almost
Milky
like
Way.
they forgot It's like the leftover stuff from Milky Way, and they put it into Three Musketeers.
Yeah,
like here's the extra fluff.
Like, ooh, I do. You know,
put some dark chocolate on it.
Caramel is a little too spicy. We got to keep that out of it. Fuck no. James for $2. How would Willy Wonka answer Mouse's question?
Good day, sir.
Wax lips, I see. Those were always so weird when you chewed them. Like you felt like it should be different than it was.
Mac Thompson says candy smokes. Remember the ones that were gum and you could blow out the flour?
Those are the best, yeah. And then there were the ones that they're almost like mint sticks.
Mhm.
Those were the other ones. I hated those.
Yep.
Yeah, you were right though, because it was because you blew out the end and it was like, ooh, it's like I'm smoking.
Hey mom, he cult. Okay, you guys want to talk about the cult?
Yes,
let's do that.
Okay.
Crazy. I should have had theme music ready to go.
So this is true. So after we be done trick or treating, we weren't allowed to eat any of our candy till the cult people came over and inspected it all and took all the candy that we weren't allowed to eat, which was almost all of it. And then we were only allowed to eat these certain kinds because the other ones contained like rat hairs and all this other shit and stuff.
Allegedly.
Like that. They would tell us. So when we were younger, we weren't allowed to have any of it. So that's cult living, baby.
Oh God, that is so.
It's awful.
Yeah.
So somebody else swooped in for all your hard work. They took the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, took it all.
And you had the dregs, the absolute dregs that were
how
like.
you just described that reminded me of like Captain Barbossa describing those coins. We saw the coins and we took them all.
That had to be crushing to like a kid.
Well, we didn't know because we didn't know any better.
Oh yeah, I guess if you're raised in the
But
cult.
the next day, when everyone's talking about their haul that they had, like, I got like 250 pieces of candy. Oh man, I got like 11.
I got a rock. Smarty, hey Joe, I love Smarties. Sometimes I'll tell Mrs. D when she's going to Walmart, I'm like, get a bag of Smarties.
And here's another one up Double D's alley.
There's a chocolate.
Yeah,
covered.
paydays are right up there too. Yeah, I love the peanuts. And look, I'm a caramel guy. Like if I get a sundae, it's a caramel sundae. You already know I like Milky Ways. Yep, paydays have caramel in them. That's my weakness.
They got a chocolate covered payday.
They think they do.
Wow.
I'm not a big fan of it though. I'm a traditionalist. I think I'd maybe tried it once. If I'm thinking.
So tomorrow we have my mom comes down, and Mrs. Mouse's parents come, and some of her sister. We'll have people over tomorrow, and we hand out the candy, and we have a fire going in the front yard, and people are drinking some beers and such. And I like to hand out the candy. And some people bring candy for us to hand out for them. But I bought 2 bags of gummy clusters. I know I have a Take 5, a Kit Kat, a Crunch Bar, and a Reese cup. I think I have 6. And those are the 6 or 7 that I have. And then someone else will bring over one of those jumbo bags of 200 pieces, and it's all mixed up with stuff. So
yeah, and there is that pecking order. Like the older the kid gets, the less.
Oh, I agree.
Unless they're like
there's
babies,
a hierarchy for sure of candy. And I remember one year. I don't agree with like the age limit thing as much because the older kids, they're just out trying to get some free candy. I respect the hustle.
They are hustling.
But then,
for it, yeah.
do you want them? Let's pretend they're not out doing that. Do you want these kids out smashing pumpkins instead? What do you want them to do?
Right,
stealing little kids' candy.
It's almost like protection money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're buying them off.
So I don't like the people who don't. If you're going to go out trick or treating, put a little bit of effort into your costume. And if it is something, have a story behind it. Oh, I am such and such. blah, blah, blah. There is a hierarchy. And one year, I just didn't like the cut of these kids' jib. So I gave them an ice cube. It looks the same size as a candy bar, and they just got an ice cube. And that's it.
Got a rock.
Sounds like something your Uncle John would do.
Yeah. I invited him to come over tomorrow, and he said that he's going to go to church instead. So I think it's All Saints Day or something like that. But it's just an excuse for him to not interact with people.
We haven't had any trick-or-treaters at our house since we moved in there.
Yeah, I
There's
could
just
see
kids. And when our last place we lived next to a cemetery, right next to it. In fact, we had a gate that went right into the cemetery. Our first year, we got the big candy bars. We set a big table in our driveway. It was a beautiful night. We're playing some spooky music. My wife put some lights flashing up in that. Not one. We never got a trick or treater the whole time we were there for 15 years. Not one trick or treater. They were terrified of the cemetery.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I forgot that. Yeah,
they avoided us like the plague.
Huh. We are in, like I know Mouse has a pretty busy neighborhood.
We are a very busy neighborhood.
Yeah, and so are we. Like we get kids like bust into our neighborhood. And we don't mind. Like we get a couple big bags, and the thing is, we always run out by 7:30. It goes from 6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we are always out, and like I said, we get two big bags of like the Walmart there's some small stuff in there and a little, a couple big things, so we're not like giving out like full candy bars and like, oh yeah, see, we're done. But
doesn't Gavin hand out full candy bars?
I think he says he does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will have plenty of candy and there's always plenty left over. But I remember the first year that we lived in our neighborhood, we did not know what to expect and we ran out.
Mm-hmm.
The second year, I think we had 30 bags of the regular size that you can buy year round.
Yeah.
Okay, I know at Halloween they have jumbo bags and stuff. I think we bought 30 bags of the regular sized candy bars, and we barely had enough. 30 bags,
crazy.
And that's when we were like, "Holy shit! Like, what's going on here?" Like, we spent, and I think it was like almost $100 we spent on candy bars to hand out.
One year I used to some of my the games in my son's baseball league if I had to, so I bought a clicker. So one year I kept track of the number we had. I think we had like over 300 one year, and like I said, that was only for an hour and a half. So
it's one right after another. There's no downtime. Whoever's on Candy Patrol handing it out, you can't walk away without having a backup. Like if you're like, I need a break, I just want to go in and catch the score of the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got news for you. You got to have someone manning the door while you're gone.
Yeah. Yep.
When we lived our last house, we went trick-or-treating in one of the affluent neighborhoods that wasn't too far from us with one of my wife's other teacher friends. Mm-hmm. I'm pulling the wagon. The kids were running around. They, not too small. But my wife and her teacher friend got so obliteratedly drunk, I nearly had to carry her home.
Goodness gracious.
Absolutely smashed.
Had a 6th grader call me the N-word last year. Give me some...
Damn.
I heard you earlier, or saw you earlier, Chris, say that you would fill up 2 pillowcases. Yeah, those are the days. Yep. Yeah. We used to do that too. We would plan our route in the. This is like 80s kids stuff, man. Be like, all right, we're gonna hit this neighborhood. We would run. I mean, we were on a mission.
It's as much candy as you can get for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Was it longer back in the day?
It used
to.
It's
always 2 hours. It's always been 2 hours.
I got some social networking to do here. Hold on a second. Patrick for Chris. Let's get this going here.
Oh yeah. Best way to contact you still. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Let's get these two. Let's make a love connection.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys are able to.
There you go. He is interested. It'll depend on the cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Well, like I said.
So what was your least favorite again, Double D?
Remember Necco wafers? That's up there on my list.
I never minded those.
Yeah.
I never minded those. I like, what are the ones you said? They're kind of like sugar babies.
Sugar daddies.
Sugar daddies.
Yes, sugar daddy. The sugar daddies are the big
Sugar
ones. Sugar
daddies.
babies are the ones that have a candy coating on top of,
imitation
and they're little,
caramel.
and they're tiny little
They,
ones.
yeah, they look like rabbit turds. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my least favorite because they still are around and just never liked them. I don't know for whatever reason.
Necco wafers are made of bone dust, edible sidewalk chalk. They're like urinal cakes. Double D, hey, feel free to change your mind, man. Double D, like you have 4 right in a row.
Oh man, edible sidewalk chalk, urinal cakes.
They're not wrong.
Oh, that is good.
What about yours, Mouse? Your least
Necco
favorite.
wafers. I was one that said that one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I never, for whatever reason, maybe it's because like I think because like Joe, I like Smarties, and even though they're not as good as Smarties, I'm okay with that kind of
Remember
candy.
Smarties had a knockoff called Tartan Tinies? Does anybody remember Tartan Tinies?
I don't.
They're
Did you have to sneak these when you were?
They were like a
trying to
column.
get away from the
Instead
cult?
of like how Smarties are like a little puck.
Yeah.
Tartan Tinies were like a little same thing, but just they stood up and down like a column. But they were like the off-brand of
yeah,
Smarties.
yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it was always like, well, there's Smarties, so why would you get
I
them?
don't
Why
know,
would you
man.
get those?
Tartan Tinies.
I seem to remember like kids having those in school. I think that's
Yeah.
where I remember it most. Like kids
and
would
there
have
was
those.
also I like lime Tootsie Rolls, and
those
also
are okay, yeah.
remember a candy called Bonkers?
Yeah.
I liked Bonkers.
But
Were
what
really
was
good.
it? I mean, when you tell me, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, because I
Bonkers were
distinctly
like
remember the name.
Starbursts, but
yes.
but the commercials were like people would just be eating them, and then like a giant grape would fall out of the sky and hit him in the head.
Yes.
like it would bonk 'em.
Bonkers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All these like off-brand Tartan Tiny.
All these commercials to me were like porn since we weren't allowed to eat them.
Poor little mouse.
Hey, did you see the new Tartan Tiny commercial? Shh.
Oh man.
Quiet. You're trying to get
I'm gonna
us
watch it.
grounded?
I'm gonna watch it later when my parents go up to bed. I'll bust it out then.
Mine's the Chunky Bar. That's my favorite candy bar.
Oh, okay.
The what?
The Chunky
Chunky.
Bar. The chocolate. It's got raisins and
Mhm.
nuts in it. It's a square. You can bust it into 4 individual
Yep.
square pieces.
I remember those.
Freaking love them. I hated them when
I
was a
feel
kid.
awful, Rogan, but I don't remember those at all.
They were a square, and they're actually in the episode of The Office when he's just like, I got a chunky in my pocket. When he's hugging Pam.
Yeah, you can find them at most like CVS's or drugstores.
I had a special talent when I was younger. So I was in a program at the YMCA called Gym and Swim, which was, to me, life-changing. I loved being in Gym and Swim. But I could reach my hand up through the bottom of a vending machine and twist the knobs on the bottom rack, and we could get all the candy.
Ooh.
And I just remember the older kids after Gym and Swim would be like, Mouse, you got to come with us real quick. And I would get them all the candy, but they would let me keep like 2. And I would probably get them like 40 freaking things.
It reminds me of Daughter D. Daughter D has a knack for those crane games.
The claw machines.
Mm-hmm. Like she is a legit like expert. Like she can get pretty much anything she wants out of those. Because she would go up with her friends and like, oh yeah, I got this. She became so good at it that, I mean, she kind of stopped doing it because it was just so boring.
Do you know who else has a gift for that? Is our niece Isabel. Is very good at the crane games. Yep, Ibba.
Fun Dip. I can still picture the package for Fun Dip.
With the sugar sticks, yep.
Yeah. Yep. The little compartments.
Yep. We got a Mac Thompson says Bit O' Honeys.
Bit of honey. Yeah, and did not like.
Yes.
Mrs. Mouse's favorite candy is Reese's Pieces, which became famous from E.T.
E.T., yeah. Yeah, those are okay. I'd still just prefer like M&Ms and that, or like a Reese cup, but they're good. They're okay. I'm not going to knock those. I really don't knock like many candies. Like I said, I don't like the sugar babies. And some I just don't try. And like you said, the Three Musketeers is just a disappointment.
It is.
Like, it's not disgusting because it does have like a couple of the key ingredients of like a Milky Way, but it's lacking.
I always feel like it's not even milk chocolate. It's like dark chocolate. It just it's like the bad batch of chocolate, and they just give it to the Three Musketeers people to make.
It's like a failure to launch. It's like a guy living in his parents' basement till he's 30. That's what I think of with like the Three Musketeers. There's 3 guys living in their parents' basement.
That was
just gonna stay here.
Matthew McConaughey.
yeah, the movie.
Terry Bradshaw and Kathy Bates.
Yes.
The Three Musketeers was a little bit bigger than the Snickers and the Milky Way. So that for a lot of kids are like, well, I got money, I'm going to go with the bigger candy bar.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see they had to make up for it somehow. We're giving less, so we have to, quote unquote, give more. But you're just giving more of like fluffy air.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like whipped.
We need quality, not quantity.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I need control here, mouse.
All yours.
All right. So I did mention this, and we should talk about it. I mentioned this in the video I did. Probably close to 10,000 views right now. Man, make sure you watch it. I killed D&D. D&D is dead. But just how lame. Like, this is like one of the signs that something is like totally becoming the domain of just like kind of like normies and like loses its kind of cool factor. D&D meat sticks.
What?
Do you guys want these for Halloween? What would you do if somebody dumped one of these in your bag? 12 classes. So we got the Bard, a buffalo style chicken with beef stick. Are you kidding me?
I just looked it up. Double D, you're at 9.7 thousand views.
It'll be over 10 tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. That's okay. That's okay. Barbarian is sriracha. This is so lame. I understand why they're doing it, and I don't begrudge people making money, but like I say, you can't be cool and have this kind of edgy little hobby and yet license your product out to have fucking an overpriced Slim Jim. Can I get those meat sticks in my gender? This is like, I don't know. I mean, in the artwork, it's the same freaking artwork that we always complain about, that Cal art style.
That fighter is 3rd edition art, right? Or is that 4th edition? 4th edition.
It looks like one of the passable ones in like 5th edition, so that's okay. Fighter art is okay. But like all these up here, maybe the cleric is okay too.
That barbarian up there is styling.
What the fuck? That doesn't even look like it's like he's been hanged. Like,
yes.
See that axe behind him? Like, that's a noose around his neck.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like his neck is twisted at that angle?
No barbarian dresses like that.
DM James, we'll get to yours in just a second.
Yeah, the monk. These are just not. I don't know what to say. It's bad art. It's so stupid. No, look, this is a company.
Are these real candy bars?
These are meat sticks. These are like Slim Jims.
Yeah, these are art from the 5th edition.
Yeah. Oh, so they're just taking stock art.
Right.
Okay, they're just taking stock art. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, which kind of makes sense because, it's like 1 or 2 out of every 10 pieces in 5th edition is passable. There's a couple that are even, dare I say, good.
Are these like real things? I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't blame you. Yeah.
They're like yak sticks?
Yeah, see this here? Primal protein. What they do, and they just have like a brand, they have different kinds of meat sticks. And then they're just open to slapping like a label on it. Like there's a lot of companies that do that.
I was reading what they really were. Like if you scroll back down, they were like the Rogue is a yak stick.
Yeah, which
alligator with beef and yak.
I mean, is that really alligator, beef, pork, salt?
Pork.
Okay. But even
I
like alligator.
I saw yak somewhere. My apologies.
Camel?
Ew.
They have camel meat. Like, is this just for like text flavor, or is there a real camel meat? Because I don't want to eat a fucking camel.
Who the hell is going to eat alligator? You know.
Well, alligator, I at least have heard like
tastes like chicken.
And
yeah, it tastes like chicken. But I've never heard of anybody eating a camel.
I don't think you're allowed to sell venison in that fashion. I at least not in Pennsylvania. You're not allowed to do that.
Huh.
There's yak. I knew I saw it somewhere. Chipotle and garlic beef with yak.
Oh yeah, or the wizard. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
And I don't think for a second the warlock's going to eat pork.
Is this halal?
I don't think a warlock would.
This is how democracy dies.
One beef stick at a time.
Wrapped in yak.
Wrapped in yak. One beef stick at a time.
Chris Miller eat camel meat and dog meat when he lived in India back in the 90s.
I want your life, Chris.
Chris, are you like Commander McBragg? Remember that commercial? This dude has done everything.
I believe him.
I've met him, so he didn't strike me as someone who was prone to like exaggeration. He's a very understated guy, if anything. But he just busts out with all this stuff, like, yeah, I had dog meat, I've eaten
the
camel.
pilot in Airplane. Do you like gladiators, Billy? We got some cleaning up to do.
Yeah,
Hold on
go ahead.
DM James.
James, our old friend, $5. Padre back there. When I was kicking your ass, did you get a little wood, a little mahogany, maybe? Patrick Demo. The death of D&D, making it into a lifestyle brand. Exactly, yeah. That's what they do.
Thank you.
And like I said, it's not like people like completely, of course, there's, people who didn't get it or didn't watch the video and they're like, excuse me, yeah, D&D is so dead. I have the new player's handbook and I am going to be getting the DM's guide. And it's like, yeah, did you watch the fucking video, retard? I said it would keep going, of course, and make money as a business concern. But I'm just saying the days of like, oh, look, Joe Manganiello is playing, 5.5 D&D. I'd be like, well, okay, whatever. You go, Joe.
He was a guest at our dinner.
Yeah. Technically speaking, yes.
It was a good dinner.
We were there first.
We were there. Yeah, we were there first.
Over 40 moose knuckle.
I'd buy that for $1.
I keep getting this chick recommended to me, and I fall for it every time. She's called like Your Obsome, AUBSOME. She rides these little one-wheel scooters, but she wears these shorts that are so tight. Let's just say there is nothing left to desire. In fact, we were talking about camels earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I know where the toe went with her. Because she purposely like shows it off, and I'm pretty sure like she's probably has like an Instagram and all that stuff. But it keeps getting recommended, and then the reason it keeps getting recommended is because I keep clicking on the frickin' thing, and I feel like so bad. Like here she is riding the one wheeler.
There, the water's running all day. Not now, Mrs. D.
Yeah. Why are you lighting candles in there? So what else we got here? Yeah, Chris Miller is a legend. We know that.
Tell us something we don't know.
Chris, you got to write a book. My life feels so like
blah.
Yeah, blasé. And
tell us 3 things about you and 1 lie.
That'd be a good game with him.
It would be hard to tell. I'm still floored that you were being hit on by Aphrodite.
Damn.
I don't know if I would have had to do it. I would have had to take camel toe or moose knuckle. Yeah.
I'm American.
Frog eye. That's the male one.
I'm American. I go for the moose knuckle.
A McMutton with camel cheese. We can watch one more video. I think you guys will like it. Well, these two will. It has our favorite kind of person in it. Ooh. All right. Are you ready?
Let me preface.
Oh, not that one.
That was tricky, double D.
Trixie. It's this one.
Trans man, like myself, that is very traumatic. Basically, it causes dysphoria, and it's a really awful thing to go through. I'm going to go up to people and ask if they have my doll, while my legs are dripping blood.
You guys have any my doll?
No. Ew, what? What? Are you dying?
Do you have any my doll?
No.
I can't tell if this is a rib or if it's legit.
If this is real, it's like you're not doing anything good. For
Or is he
cause,
making
dude.
or is he making fun of Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like a rib?
When she would
like
go over to people and ask if they needed a
Yeah.
tampon.
Yeah.
God bless it.
Do you guys by chance have my doll?
Hello, you're beautiful. I don't have any my doll.
Kiss me too hardly.
You know what I don't like? I don't like watching videos of people playing pranks on people in public. I don't care for those. Because I know one day.
I hate that.
Someone's gonna
Like,
kill.
yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers who do that.
And I don't like videos like this because this is just another prank. There's no honesty to it. F your might all. F your fake bleeding.
Yeah. Go ahead if you want to pick up docs. This would be more in my wheelhouse. No, I don't have any might all. I do have a gun though. Hold still.
I'll fix it for you.
High speed lead pill.
We'll take care of that for you. We'll take care of it.
We got you, don't you?
I got one more question. It is game related. We got to bring this back to like something game related.
Chris Miller says pranks don't work well in Atlanta. Dudes get shot.
Good.
Yeah, I mean it's going to happen. Look, like Mrs. D teaches fifth grade. They all want to be YouTubers. They have no life experience. They just think they're going to walk in and be interesting without the life experience that we have. Probably most of you guys have. It's like, what are you going to fucking talk about? In the meantime, one of the outlying counties here or districts cannot get people to drive snowplows. Like they are going to be understaffed this year. They're offering like $22, $23 an hour. They can't fill it. So people are like, well, what's going to happen then? They're going to be like, well, you're going to have to be patient because there's going to be fewer plows out on the road. They can't get people to drive a snowplow truck. Dental hygienists, they can't, like they try to fill like a class for dental hygienists. They'll get like 2 or 3. It's not even worth it because they know statistically more than half are going to drop out. So why pay for that? We're in a lot of trouble. This like younger generation isn't real keen on working very very much. I mean, not all of them, of course, but what are you going to do when there's no plumbers anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when the shit is literally coming out of the ground and your city has like 3 plumbers? And they're just like, I'm sorry. I literally have, 10 calls ahead of you. What do I do? Pray.
That's happening.
Don't send your kids to college.
Get them into a trade school.
Yeah. But please don't. I can't think of anything more worthless.
I tell you what, you put your younger kid, male or female, into a plumbing class or HVAC, they're going to be getting a paycheck their whole life. And it's going to be a good paycheck.
It is. Look, it's hard work. I understand. I'm not like sugarcoating it. You're going to be knee deep in shit. But if you can get over that, and you'll get over it after probably your first week, that smell won't even probably like, you just won't even think about it anymore. And then after that, you will be printing money because nobody else wants to do that anymore. And it's like, I'm sorry, I do it, but I'm I'm over 50. So, I mean, it's somebody else's turn. Look, when we did this, this was not a problem 4 or 5 years ago, right? That like just these jobs weren't being filled. Jeffrem, $5. Canadian though.
Still spends.
Yeah. How do you feel about replacing a die 20 roll with either a 2 die 10 or 4 die 6 for resolution? Playing around with dice mechanics for my homebrew thoughts. If you're looking for it to set it apart, it's fine. You do have to kind of look at the curve. You know, at the curve that it produces. I'd be okay with it. I don't know. I personally, Jeffrem, I wish you luck. I do. I think there's such a glut of actual games out there, and I think there's just, if you're looking for me to put my Cargnac, maybe I'll do that next. I'll be like Johnny Carson. But the thing that's people need now is like adventures. That's why Greg Gillespie did so good with like all those like mega dungeons. People were just begging for that because the stuff that gets produced by Wizards of the Coast is shit. It's hard to get a good adventure these days. So if you focus on writing a solid adventure that's kind of flexible, it'll sell. It'll sell. Mandatory 3-year enlistment in the Army, says James.
For guys and girls or just guys?
Guys and girls.
These days, I think girls need it.
Yeah.
It's like, I think they need a little dose of reality. I think they're getting way too big for their britches.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Way too big for their britches. Not all of them, I understand. Look, us three have very, very nice daughters.
We're very fortunate.
Of us. Yeah, we're very fortunate. But holy shit, I see some of them out there, and it's like it's like main character syndrome, all like 24/7. It's like you're getting in the way of their play, where they're the main character, and you're just, why are you walking in front of me?
Oh, I think we're very reality-based parenting.
What is the worst character class in D&D? What do you guys think?
Well,
I think you would say, I know the one you're going to say, but go ahead.
You think I'm going to say?
Yeah.
I think I would think Druid, if that's what you were thinking.
I was thinking Bard.
Yeah, I think you were going to
because you tried a Bard one time.
I didn't like playing a Bard, but now that we have a Bard in our group, I don't mind it as much.
Yeah, with someone who's really
Druid,
committed to it.
We played with a Druid before, and he was annoying. I'm going to go outside and eat some dirt, and I'm going to get used to like the earth.
Oh yeah.
Tin Can Chris.
Tin Can. That's going back away. That's like 20 years ago.
So I did not like those, not that campaign, that's not the right word. I didn't like those sessions with him when he would be there.
Michelle was a druid, before you started playing, both you guys. But Michelle was a druid, I think, named Alana.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in Birthright, so she's part of the
history.
Yeah.
The lore.
Canon, if you will. And she's a good druid. But then again, Michelle was a top-notch player.
The thing that, if my character was to split classes right now, my character Pius, who's a thief, unfortunately, just the way the dice are falling for me, he would, if druids are like animal speakers, like my character befriended a lion, he's very good at riding. Every time I've had to make a riding roll, I've rolled very well. In fact, one time I rolled a 20, which made me have to help Zolt on a riding.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So the dice are telling me that I'm becoming one with nature, and I don't want that. But that's, if I had to split a class, that'd be the one I did. Because actually, Kez was a thief, but also he split class with a bard because he did stuff in the plays, but it was mostly so that he could learn how to throw his voice. That was one of Kez's abilities, was to be able to throw his voice. Cool. And he was very good at like impressions and mimic.
We could do a like a northern exposure, like fish out of water thing with Pius. Put you in like up north or something. You'll start to like go native. Like you said, you're like this city born like thief, but you already have kind of an inclination for the wild.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty soon you'll look like Alan Moore.
Who hates
Fleischman.
Alan Moore hates everything he's ever done.
Yeah. Just look like him, don't.
How about yours, Rogan?
Yeah.
Oof. Talking about it, thinking about it, I in the past I would have said a bard, but Stern's doing a very good job with that. I guess I'd have to go in the direction of the druid as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat a fighter because it's simple to play. Paladins are kind of simple as well.
Yeah, and the whole bard thing that could be my fault as a DM too, just not giving. Right now, it's just it's like prime, real estate for like the bard, because right now it's just, I don't want to say downtime because things are being accomplished, but it's just. Let's put it this way. If we ever installed like 1-to-1 time, we could the way we're playing right now because we're just in the Imperial City. Like everybody's doing things. They got their own agenda and it's kind of nice. I mean, look, we do have something that's going on that they're going to have to head out again. But right now things are happening.
It is. And I feel bad for Mrs. D because of it.
Yeah. She has to go on a quest.
Right. She does. But I feel like for 4 sessions in a row, she's probably been like, can we just fucking have my character do something? But it's been hard because there was a dinner we needed to go to and all of us needed to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was a week that Stern was out of town, so it just made it hard to happen.
But she's also like the DM's wife, so I think she understands. She's very understanding when it comes to that. She's like, oh, no, I'll get my turn. And I'm also not unaware of the fact that like, yeah, she has this thing kind of hanging out there and she has no cleric abilities until she goes on this quest.
She's taking advantage of this while we're in the city. She's always made it a point to tell how she's taking advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah, and remind me too, because I know she said she's like, I'm going to be like diligently like practicing with the spear training. So make sure I give her like remind me to give her like bonuses.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she does deserve them, for like as much as her character is like literally just like not doing anything right now, except for just kind of being support and training up for honestly what could be a fight to the death. She could do all this and like her character die, and to be fair, like her characters don't die very often. Now a lot of times she kind of like
she has retired them.
She has retired them. And sometimes she plays characters who are a little bit either in the middle or towards the back. Sometimes she just gets lucky, and like Rogan gets unlucky. When I'm rolling the dice, who's gonna get hit?
1, 2, 3, it's you. 4, 5, 6,
magnet.
it's you.
It's a freaking magnet.
Her last character stayed behind, like not her last one, but one of her recent characters stayed behind and married off onto somebody. So she retired that way.
Yeah.
Another character of hers died in one of Greg Gillespie's dungeons. Is that correct?
Not one of hers.
No.
Didn't she play the character that someone wanted to see her tits?
Was that the thief? Renata? That wasn't
No,
Renata.
not Renata.
Huh.
Mrs. Double D's character was this last guy's like wish to see her titties.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, he was dying. Yeah.
He was dying, but didn't that character?
No, she stayed up north.
That's her.
That's not Sister Brenna. Sister Brenna wouldn't show her titties.
She was a paladin.
Boy, now you got me thinking.
I don't think she died. I thought she stayed up north.
Wow.
I have to look at the notes.
Well, that's not a character she's playing now, so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
retired
Right.
that one. So either that character died or she retired him.
I don't think it died though.
Okay,
Yeah,
well then
yeah.
she retired that one as well. So she keeps retiring her characters.
I've only retired.
That is true.
I retired. Well, we kind of retired Gil, but then brought him back. My monk, I retired when we our first, as we were running this incarnation. His name was Rogan, as a matter of fact. He was from Shen. I did retire him.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I do remember him. He was a good character. I'm glad you got to retire.
I retired Calvin, but he ended up having to come back, and he did pass away.
In a good cause, though.
I retired Brozen, but Brozen, of the 4 major thieves I've played, I'm not counting Linus, Brozen's my least favorite, but not that I dislike him. He's my least favorite because I inherited him. I didn't make him.
Yeah, yeah.
Brozen was someone that just showed up at our party. And
to be fair, he showed up as like a 10-year-old. Now, you did play him very well as like a 10-year-old boy.
But like I didn't roll up Brozen.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Brozen was an NPC that I became.
He was an NPC, but I think basically I just said like, all right, now Brozen's an adult. Now you can.
Yeah,
correct. Now basically you roll
that's
him up.
why
I don't think you were going by the stats you had like as a 10-year-old.
I tell you what, that was a good story.
But I in the same respect, I do understand. It's like I didn't create him completely, so I absolutely do understand that. Yeah, from a player's perspective, yeah.
That was a really interesting way how that happened. That was a good story about how he developed a relationship with Calvin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dressed like him.
See, everybody's like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Just reminiscing here, guys. Nick Lazenby, best class ever is human fighter. If I'm at a convention, is there a human fighter available? That's the first question I'm asking, Nick. You can never, ever, ever go wrong with a human fighter.
Not at all.
It's like macaroni and cheese. It's like comfort food.
All you do is roll good stats. There's a plethora of weapons and armor, and just go for it. You can
as long as you got at least a 16 to put into your strength, you're good to go. And as long as your like constitution isn't like below the Mendoza line, you're good to go.
Your dump stats are intelligence, charisma, and wisdom.
Yeah, anything. Yeah. Even dexterity you can get away with. You could just be like, I don't do any of that frickin' bow shooting. I'm just going to step up and swing the sword. Yeah, that would be if I was going to play it like a fantasy game. Yeah. Frickin' human fighter, baby, all day long.
I played a thief once, and I really enjoyed that. He died.
Yeah, thief takes a certain mindset. And you guys both did good job. Now look, Crazymouse is always our thief. You have a thief's mindset, so you do good with it.
Thank you. I do like playing a thief.
I don't think anybody has a problem with it at the table. Like I think everybody's like, oh yeah, he does good with it.
I don't think anybody has ever expressed a problem with it. One time,
nobody's ever told me anything.
Gavin made a comment about it. He asked like when we were rolling up characters, and I don't remember which one it would have been. Maybe it was the one that when Linus was getting involved. Are you going to be a thief again? Because I was thinking of being a thief.
Ooh.
And I just said, "Good night, Nick." And I just remember saying, "Well, I don't need to be a thief. Like I've been a barbarian before."
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he phrased it made it sound like you're always a thief. You know, that's how I took it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be that way. I mean, there's like a lot of other classes you can delve into. You know, it's like. I think people have to be comfortable at the table, you know. And you are obviously like very comfortable playing a thief, so
absolutely.
I would not mess with that like one iota.
I think Gavin went through a phase where he was just doing wizards for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of known as the wizard person,
which is nice. I mean, you know, but it definitely gives you some power, you know, which he likes. But you know, he does a good job to describing things too. Yeah. Just kind of keeping up with the chat here, seeing what they're saying.
We had some people saying, I saw Bard in there a couple times from people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some bards. People don't like a lot of the new classes. That druid should be played by Rasputin. Yeah.
Yeah,
freaking A, yeah. Yep.
That'd be a badass to bring on the table.
Like some warlock. People are like warlocks. I can see that too.
I had a character, Isaac, who was a thief, but he really went into the assassin path. He was a strict assassin. I liked playing Isaac as well.
I like that. I love that character. I was.
Yeah, Isaac was good. For like the way this current campaign started out, these guys were not like movers and shakers, but I guess I like because organically you got called to the palace and like you did something that you didn't have to do. Like this wasn't like, all part of the plan. It just kind of happened organically. And now all of a sudden you guys have an inn kind of at the Imperial Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Chris Miller says we only have 68. Smash that like button.
Yeah, we had over 100 earlier.
Help us out, boys.
I mean, we had 100 people in it.
I have not seen this yet, Dr. Urias. Thank you, though, for $2. Trust me. I will be. That is the first thing I will be looking at. In fact, we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. Guys, I have been so busy. I was not able to prep for Otto and
that's
Rorik.
fine.
We'll do a...
Otto and Rorik.
Otto and Rorik, yes. I will. I'll do it. We'll do a little extra long session next time for you guys. Hopefully, we'll be in a celebratory mood next Wednesday.
Oh boy! So the fate of Otto and Rorik depends on Tuesday
That's
night.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit. What do you see? A beholder.
Yeah.
Did you kill it? Next is a dragon.
Get out there and vote. If you like Otto and Rorik, you're voting for your own self-interest, right? Patrick Demo, $5. I hate the bard because of the modern millennial horny bard. Yeah, horny bard trope. Everyone plays it. It's beyond retarded.
It's funny that you phrase it that way because I think that Stern has that tendency as well. He hasn't lately. Mm-hmm. But the horny bard, he was using it to get women, and that's how he got stabbed.
He almost got killed.
He deserved it too. He deserved that.
He let the little head do the thinking.
He did.
Put a big head.
It pulled a karmic whammy on him when he came back to the Imperial City.
I could, with this getup, I could do Father Guido Sarducci.
Yes, you could.
Yeah,
could I not? I mean, I know a lot of the chat will know who I'm talking about there, but if you get that joke, make sure you're getting yearly prostate exams because you're old. The mustache is
That's your public service announcement?
Yep, that's my public service announcement. Keep the
Certainly
last bit
knows.
of Father Guido Sarducci. I never thought he was funny, though.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was always like, him.
There's something about the killer bees I thought was hilarious as well.
Mm-hmm.
John Belushi's Killer Bees.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
I like No Coke Pepsi.
Oh, yes.
Cheeseburger. He had 3 miracles, but 2 of them was card tricks. I think I would have a deeper appreciation for the character now. So yeah, I'll have to buy the priest getup. This thing is.
Yeah, when you played that part of the time, you came in with little scrolls. You wrote all this poetry and stuff like that.
Not this AI shit. It was me with a piece of paper and a pencil.
I got this last night.
It's a nice ad.
I'm a capo di tutti. I still gotta like get it all like
fitted
and properly broken in. But I am a captain, folks. How do you like them apples?
White's quite a commitment. You got to wash your hands before you take it on and off.
Oof. Don't wear it at a barbecue.
At a barbecue, you'll be okay if you don't fiddle with your hat.
Yeah, this will only come out on special occasions. I was burning through those postcards, and the sweet girl Anna at the HQ, she's like, "We want you to have this." She's like, "You earned this." I'm like, "You're damn right I did."
You met your piecework quota.
That's right. Yeah, that's how I viewed it. Well, everybody else was showing up and just kind of like bullshitting. I'm like, I'm here to do some effing work. Chop wood, carry water.
That's a Zen thing. You know that. That's a Buddhist thing.
It is.
What do you do before enlightenment?
Yeah.
Chop wood, carry water. What do you do after enlightenment?
Yeah.
Chop wood and carry water.
And I was thinking, like, all right, you can talk all you want, but what are you actually doing, Double D? Like, are you actually doing anything? And are you doing it just to get the ass pats and go there and just be like, hey, what are my numbers? So I'm like, nope. So what I did the last couple weeks, when football was on, big stack of freaking postcards and just burn them out. So I don't know. You're not doing it to get like the undecided voters. You're trying to get like the low propensity voters, like the people who would kind of like you were talking about, like, I don't know if I would vote for, Trump, but I don't know if I'm gonna. You're trying to get those people by sending those out. That's what you're doing. So, the gun. You want to play it there, Mouse?
Yeah.
Anytime now.
I hit it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The
There it is.
gun is good. The penis is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you always have to hit it twice. Like it
Get
just
your hands
cycles.
off my penis.
Yeah, get your. I'll put that in the mix too. Get your hand off my penis. He died recently.
Who?
Get your hands off my penis guy.
guy in the intro.
All the years that we've Zardoz has popped in and out of conversations over the years, and I was just amazed last week that Stern never saw it. I was really I was amazed.
Yeah, that was
by
a little interesting.
You know.
Yeah,
He's a little bit younger than our group.
yeah. But I mean, to be fair, don't take this the wrong way, Crazymouse. But we would have expected, like, you didn't see it just because it probably wasn't in your wheelhouse.
I have no idea what
Yeah, weird dystopian sci-fi stuff from the 70s is not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be on Mouse's like top 100 list. But yeah, I thought maybe Stern would have. Me and Rogan love that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen it like three times now in the last month. I'm a little sick of it.
A guy I worked with, my boss in the art department at this sign shop many years ago, he hooked me up with these movies. Gotta check this movie out. And that was one of the movies I was just blown away.
I love, say what you want. Like all these movies with like these huge budgets these days, they're not nearly as interesting as a movie like Zardoz.
Right.
And just you're thinking about stuff. They build this world with just a few different things from the view of a brutal, like an exterminator. It's so cool. It gets you thinking, like, well, what's going on with the rest of the world? How did it get here? The world, like 2293 is like, it is like the far future, but it's also not like,
right.
Far future. That's right. Thank you so much, James.
I did want to say
Thank
something
you.
pertaining to last Friday, and I'd like Mouse.
Please do.
Mouse, I believe that Double D deserves a chip.
Well, he deserves many.
Well, he does, but him bringing Alice Cooper to the table,
okay,
I believe earned him.
Okay, we can definitely make that happen on Friday.
I knew immediately what that was.
Yeah. Yep. You can see the, by the way, the head that I used. I had a Zardoz inspired like Halloween game. It's right behind me here. That was the Zardoz type head. Very fun. Chopping wood every day, says Off Grid. Potion mixing every day.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear Trump? They wanted to pay 50 Cent $3 million to be at the Madison Square Garden thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said no. He's like, I don't get into politics at all. He's like, I'm scared of it.
That's fair.
It is kind of weird that like you just be like, yeah, it would be an easy sell. I mean, they'd have loved him, but he's just like, nah, I'm just not going to do that thing that gets me $3 million.
D&D Old Guard says he wants your hat.
Ooh.
Not gonna happen. You got to earn this. Wouldn't be prudent. Dana Kirby, the SS Kofef.
Who now doesn't he do Joe? He does Joe Biden now too, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think they brought him back for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know though because I see so little of SNL now.
Well, I don't watch SNL either, but I know who's impersonating all the people right now.
Yeah, I guess through osmosis you kind of get a little bit of that.
Perot?
I think it was him.
Yeah.
He also did George, the old George.
Yeah, George H.W. And Will Ferrell did
Little George.
Jr.
Yeah.
So we're just frittering away, just talking amongst ourselves, and
there's 3 people left. Thanks.
All right, thanks. Oddly enough, there's still 75.
Hit like.
Yeah. Oh, you're still here?
Not gonna Chris Miller doing his thing. Not at this juncture.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, he was good. I always liked Dana Carvey. I always thought he was pretty funny. Remember, he was the movie where he was the turtle guy.
Yes.
Apparently, that was just so bad. Just an awful movie. He deserved better. Not at this juncture. Yeah, when he would do Ross Perot, he'd be like, "Now, see here, the volunteers, worst D&D class, the ranger. Honestly, just make a fighter that uses a bow." Yeah.
If you're out and adventuring out and not going into the city, it can be useful.
You can blame Aragorn for that.
Mrs. D was a ranger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wilhelmina?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. What the fuck? Caught on a bullet here. They're not my least favorite. I understand the reason why they're there, and it does have a nice lineage, from Strider. In the same
Strider is that
respect.
Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm. Vigo's character is a ranger. I some of the things I just don't get. Like, oh, you have an enemy. Well, why? What's your enemy, like an elk?
D&D says D&D Old Guard says Argon is a fighter. Changed my mind.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Yeah, I think they use these terms, and then D&D kind of ran with them, and they kind of mean something completely different. Like I said, you have a favored enemy. Why? You're a nature boy. You're like Ric Flair. You like the nature boy. Woo! Now Meat, he likes rangers. He's a big fan of the enemy mechanic. It's a nice mechanic, but I don't know if it makes, like, it would make as much sense on a fighter, wouldn't it? Why a ranger? Guy I play with hates the ranger having any sort of magic because of Strider. Yeah, that's what drove me batty about 5th edition, is that 9 of those frickin' core classes had magic of some type. Why? You're not powerful enough. I mean, all it does too is it cheapens the wizard, the warlock, the illusion. I don't even think they have an illusionist. $5. Our friend DM James. If you entered an area like Eastern Kentucky without a ranger, woodsman, you are dead. Yeah, that is true. I mean, so they should. What they ought to do, and I guess they try to some extent, but you should almost be treating like those woods as a dungeon. Like it's like you don't put like the map of the world out there. You just start like from a certain point. Like, okay, which direction you going? If you know what I mean. And if you start taking wrong turns, like pretty soon you're, like you said, James, you're dead. But the thing is about D&D, it's kind of hard to express. It's easier for like a dungeon because
Blair Witch needed a ranger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd you do with that map? I threw it away.
I threw it away. Yeah.
I did like that movie a lot.
That one I saw it with these girls I hung out with at the dad entry point of my life, Emily and the stripper Sweet Tits, whose real name was Michelle. We went to go see that movie.
Good old Sweet Tits. Zolian. New class. Bear. It's just a bear.
I like that.
Kind of fit right in with the new regime.
Doesn't need gold.
Yep.
Chris Miller, that was her stage name.
Yeah. She had a filthy mouth.
Oh,
we talked about that before.
We did.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, I could never bring you to my house for dinner. Ever. Hey, could you pass the fucking gravy?
All the ladies like bear.
Fresh cut grass, the robot, right? Is that what his name was in that game?
Oh yeah, boy, you're keeping us on our toes. You're talking about the Critical Role.
Yeah,
the robot and everybody was crying. Damn. Like I said, you got to be on your A game when Crazymouse is in the house. Fresh cut grass. If one of my players came to me with the name Fresh Cut Grass, I'd be like, I think you can do better here.
Just slide it right back.
Yeah, slide it right back. Yeah, you can do better.
Try again.
And if you come with another stupid one after this, I'm taking away a point of your intelligence off of your sheet.
Well, my rule of thumb, and I've never had to use it, is I'll give you one chance to rename. If you come back with an even dumber name, I'll give you a birth name. Oh, this is the name you were birthed with. I'm sorry, you don't have control over it.
I got whammied that time with the Mutants and Mastermind when someone joined us temporarily for a session.
We all know that one.
And
That was the spouse, significant other.
Yeah,
of a
I'm like trying to get an understanding. I'm like, oh yeah, so you're Asian? Like, no, I'm not.
Well, set it up.
What
they were. What were you talking about?
This person came up and her hero name was Dr. Bangkok. All right, you're Asian. No, I'm not. Like,
it was a joke.
And I'm like, really?
Get it? It's funny. And we're like, all right.
Think about the joke of who it came from. That's the same one that giggles at all that type of stuff.
It's true.
To begin with. So it was probably his name that he gave her to pick.
Although I want to give him credit. I think maybe he was a little... am I thinking right? Was he trying to like rein that in a little bit, or was he encouraging it?
I don't recall. I just remember saying, I got nothing for this. Apparently I'm wrong, so help me out here. Throw me a bone. Don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, you're not giving me a lot to work with here. Hey, many are called, few are chosen. I give her credit for trying.
Absolutely.
You know, some people won't even try. I mean, like your spouses would never even give it a shot, probably. So at least she tried.
I wouldn't
just
that. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to ask. This is my little time away. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I tried early on and encouraged my wife that, my wife and your friend are longtime friends. But no, it was a big no. Big no.
Like an emphatic, like, how dare you ask no?
Yeah, I remember the first time I played with you guys. The very first time we came over to visit and you guys were playing, you're playing Alternity. And I think you slid me a character. And I worked third shift, so I'm like, I didn't get any sleep at all that day, and I'm like trying to stay awake, and it was a ball, but I remember that vividly.
Yeah, because I remember, it was like, I don't want to say it was like, oh, well, we tried with Rogan, but it was kind of an abortive attempt because you tried, and then there was that gap where you didn't play for a while, but then I never forgot. And I guess we have to thank, because my wife and Rogan's wife are really good friends. You're always in the forefront of my mind. Like I said, we don't add too many people over the years, but the people that we do kind of percolate for a while, and Rogan was percolating. So I knew you were the right guy. We just needed to find the right time. Same thing with Zolt too. After a while, I realized like he's the right guy, and we just got to find the right opportunity to slide him in. All right, now we're losing people. Yeah. All
right, good night, all.
Take care. All right, so, I'm sorry, guys. Let's comb through one last time.
You do want to get going because you said you wanted to watch that video.
With Trump. Yeah, I'm definitely. Some rando dude. Seems like Double D's going I'm an e-cam girl now. Yeah, showing some skin for money. Hey, boys got to do what a boy's got to do, right? Some rando dude. Yep, all part of my Zardoz gimmick, which is now long gone. All right, guys. Yeah, my apologies on Otto and Rorik tonight. I will make it up to you. I do feel bad because I know there's some who really look forward to it. We will come back with it. probably no video in the meantime, unless I think of something good. If you haven't seen,
you said you might do something on Tuesday, depending.
Yeah,
on,
I was going to say no canned video, but depending on how I'm feeling Tuesday night, if you guys are in the mood to talk, who knows the way things are going. Maybe Tuesday night we could do a back-to-back stream Tuesday night, Wednesday night. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to commit to anything. I could be in a depressive state if things go poorly, or who knows, an ebullient. Let's hope it's the latter. Let's hope I am ebullient.
Get your hands off my penis.
Get your hands off my penis. I'll send you out with some decent music here at least.
I thought we talked about you were sending people out with something special tonight. What was the thing that you said? That'll be our thing that you end with.
Did I? I can't remember.
Okay.
I'll do something. I'll do something pro like Trump or something.
Might have left already.
Yeah. Good to see you here, guys. Paul Pumick is here. Good to see you, my friend. Shark, of course. Rich, good to see you, buddy. I'll be in touch. Rich, I just am I'm burning the midnight oil here at both ends. So I'll be happy when the election's over. Not because I'm one of those people who are like, I hate politics. I'll be so happy because blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just very emotionally invested. So it'll be a nice way to breathe easy. Remember, guys, if you're in a even if you're in a non-swing state, get out and vote. Let's win the popular vote. If you're in a swing state, I don't care how long you have to wait in line. You have to vote. You have to vote for this guy.
We have the freedom to do it. We have the right to do it. And it's also you're obligated.
Yes.
It's an obligation we make to our
guys,
our civil society.
And remember my tips too. Don't be dumb and go at a peak time and then go like, oh, see, I can't do it. Mid-morning is best, 10 a.m. Mid-afternoon is okay too if you got the leeway to stay there till 6 at night if you have to. Make sure your phone is charged, bring your headphones and just listen to old episodes or something, or find something.
Put on some vintage Double D.
Yeah, I'll plug myself. Guys, best chat in the world.
You're my quarterback.
It's my quarterbacks. All 100 plus of them. All right, thank you guys so much. I'll send you out with something. Do something uplifting.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
So right now we have Hillary's about a 75 or an 80% favorite. We have different versions of the forecast you can look at.
The poll has Hillary Clinton up by double digits nationally, 12 points, 50-38, a four-way race.
Clinton leading in Florida, Clinton leading in North Carolina, Clinton leading in Ohio, Clinton leading in Nevada. I could go on and on and on.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
And so, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
We have a major projection right now. Donald Trump will take Ohio. And CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida. Huge win for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, we project, will win in Kentucky, in Indiana, with its 11 electoral votes. West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, North Dakota, with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, North Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, Utah, Wisconsin, Arizona, Kansas, with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Thank you, everybody. We are not going to be taking any questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple. If you and I have the courage to tell our elected officials that we want our national policy based on what we know in our hearts is morally right, we'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know how to win. Half my life's in books, written pages. Live and learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream yourself a dream come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dream come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laugh, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today, maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
As long as the American people hold in their hearts deep and devoted love of country, then there is nothing that this nation cannot achieve. The best is yet to come.
धीरे धीरे बड़ी चली जो थी चिंगारी छोटी